turned smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
So I heard Pharrell dropped a new album, but it's not on streaming. So you gotta pay for it.
That's what's up.
That's what I heard.
Good for him. I can't believe him and Hugo is beefing.
I know, right?
First the Fat Boys breakup.
Happens to the
we know what happens.
You know when it's over?
Yeah, apparently Pharrell went to try and copyright the Neptunes name without Chad.
All right, let's talk about
Why would it do that? Though?
Apparently.
I mean, but you know something, when you have partnerships and one just starts to just grow exponentially and the other one just sort of stops, you'll start to get a certain level of bitterness, I think, a lot of times, unless the person...
Yeah, no, that's natural.
You know.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can chalk this one up to bitterness. Like, we are the Neptunes, bro.
So that too, though, yeah, it's a group,
that's
it's a
us,
collective.
That's me and you. You running off trademarking or copyrighting the name.
Yeah, you could be Pharrell all you want.
Yeah, but...
You could be Louis Vuitton, you could be all that. You just can't be Neptunes.
I didn't remember stepping to you talking about, hey, I want a piece of this, that, and the third, but we are the Neptunes. When people wanted a beat and they said, I want a Neptunes track.
Yeah, they ain't go to one person.
It's us.
It's not a Pharrell track. It's a little different.
You've been doing Pharrell tracks all this time by yourself, no issue.
Yeah,
but
no one's tripping. Yeah.
Come on now.
I wonder why they stopped working together.
Great question.
I wonder if Chad just retired.
He probably just...
Chad likes to stay in the house. Pharrell likes to be outside. Pharrell becomes more popular. Chad gets these comments every now and then, oh, Pharrell did this or Pharrell did that. And then he starts to feel bitter. And Pharrell's like, what are you bad about? You stay in the house all the time. And there it is.
I don't see it like that.
It happens like that.
I've never really met either one of them. I've briefly met Pharrell. I've never even seen Chad in person.
But that's the thing, is what you said earlier, his career skyrocketed.
But I interviewed both of them.
Yeah?
In the beginning, towards the beginning. Early on, Chad was like, it's really easy to fly off the handle and do all that shit and wild out. He was talking about family life back then. Staying in the house, wifing. He was on that kind of time.
Well, he was married?
I believe so. I'd have to go look at it again, but I remember his whole thing was, I don't care about outside. Like, he can go do that. It's great that he does that. So I don't have to. So I don't see bitterness like on some old, you're more popular than me.
All right, because Pharrell was also the vocalist. He was doing the hooks.
Exactly.
Yeah. Chad never did any vocals at all.
Just all production.
Just all production.
He made money, stayed quiet, stayed out the way.
So Pharrell went to go copyright the beat on his own.
Was Chad on Nerd?
Yeah, Chad's a part of Nerd.
Part of Nerd, yeah.
Chad's a part of Nerd. That's a 3-man group.
So, but that's the problem, though, right? He went to go copyright the name.
Neptunes. The Neptunes name. I'll go check the story again, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Well, listen.
That shouldn't even, my whole thing with that is it sucks that that's even going to court. As long as me and you've been rocking, the fact that we started together, I should be able to call you and say, hey, make sure you include me on.
Well, that's how Dame feels.
This thing. Yeah. Yeah.
That's basically his whole argument.
So it's just money then? It's just greed, right?
I'd like to
I can't say it's money. I can't say it's greed. I think it's just...
I like to think it was an overstep.
When the circles grow apart...
You wasn't thinking about him, but you should have been. You should have been.
You know how I feel about Dame, so. You know how I feel about Dame, and Dame feels about me, so.
Man, you guys just need to talk, man. That's all.
I've always been open to talk to him. He don't want to talk to me. I get on the phone with him. I ain't tripping out that.
He said you're upset because he had to check you on some bullshit.
What does check me mean? Like we had a little bit of a disagreement over text message. Like he didn't check me. Like he didn't physically come up and intimidate me if that's the way he made it sound. We never.
Yeah, but a check doesn't always. It doesn't mean that.
No, it was like I said, hey, because Jay-Z had done something, and I'm like, hey, do you want to do an interview about this? Like, oh, why would I talk about another man? I'm like, okay, cool. And then a week later, he makes a video talking specifically about what I asked him to do. And I was like, hey, I thought you said you don't want to talk about it. Oh, why do I gotta clear things with you? And I'm like, well, nah, but you just told me that, and then it turned into a little bit of a back and forth, but it wasn't even a big deal. It was just like, all right, whatever. He didn't check me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, checking me was like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a certain amount of like aggression or whatever. There was really no aggression. It was just like
yeah, that was a check.
A disagreement. You know?
The lean forward.
Yeah,
the-
the lean-
Yeah.
Yo,
that's,
check me in.
that's a check.
Let me-
What?
Am I being
but we
checked
were
on
on-
what a
we
check
were
is? Is that what's going on? Being checked on what a check is?
I'm checking to show you what check it is. Man, listen, I'll get on the phone with him, whatever. I mean, in fact, I remember even when Sean Perez did an interview with him, I said, hey, listen, if you wanna bring him on my show and you interview him, we'll even cut him a little appearance fee and whatever. Oh, you don't want to do it. Okay, cool. Fuck it. Like, I'm not tripping. Like, nothing serious has happened between me and him.
Nah, not at all.
So I never look at it as I got beef with Dame. I don't. Nothing serious
Yeah,
has
but
happened.
you did try to take a shot at Dame.
And he took shots at
Through
me.
me, though.
Through lots of people. When I do interviews, I'll speak my fucking
Through
beef.
lots of people.
Are you the only? You're not the only one. I'll show you.
It's everybody.
I'll show you a
I do this
dozen.
all the time,
I'll
man.
show you a dozen interviews where I've talked shit about Dame. I can show you a dozen interviews with various people where he's talked shit about me on various platforms.
Right.
Why you keep talking about me? Because you keep talking about me too.
Y'all got the same complaint.
But I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the one that's having to sell my last fucking asset over a lawsuit.
But
you know what I'm saying?
No. See, here we go again. Here
Are we recording
go
right now?
again.
You.
Are we recording right now? Are we
Yes,
recording?
we're recording.
Okay,
We're recording.
go ahead. I'll stand behind
Send the
this.
shots
All
to
right.
you again.
I'll stand behind this. I'll stand behind this.
So having to sell your last ad, no, I think that's a little false. He wanted to sell it in the first place. And somehow some shit
Shit was being blocked.
right, it was being blocked.
By Jay-Z.
So he allowed someone who was, I don't know who was suing, he let that go into judgment so the judge can say, okay, sell these shares so that you can pay off this judgment. That
He
was,
sold it to Cam and Mace.
I don't know if they bought it.
That was
The last I
he
spoke
alluded
to him,
that.
it wasn't,
But he sold it and the money went into the judgment. So
But
how
he
is
can- but
that
he-
a good thing?
he can sell at any price. It doesn't have to be the judgment price.
Okay.
So if somebody was to pay $5 million for it,
Is that what happened?
I don't know.
And the judgment was only $1 million.
The judgment, I think, was like
870,
800,000,
yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get
Listen,
way more
man.
than that for them shares.
I don't have any real
Way more than
there's people I have real beef with. Like Dame is not one of those.
Right.
Dame is not one of those. In fact, when I see him doing these interviews and he's slurring his words, I feel sorry.
Why do you feel sorry?
Because at 50-something years old, you should be a little more lucid. You shouldn't be slurring when you're talking in a normal conversation.
Dame's a rock star, man. What do you expect? He's a
I
rock
feel
star.
bad. Either he's having,
The time of his life.
That's kind of what it looks like. The time of his life.
Kind of what it looks like.
Either he has medical issues or there's drugs and alcohol involved. And either way, like that will catch up with you very. Like, I'm 50. I understand at this age you can't go hard the way you did in your 20s.
Right.
So my whole thing is when I see him, and Dame has always been one of my heroes. Like,
Right.
you know, seeing him with Rockefeller, I was actually thrilled when I first interviewed him. And when he asked to interview me, I went to his house. We did an interview. And we were forming a relationship, and shit went left. You know what I'm saying? But there was never any real beef. You know what I mean? Like when people asked me about him, like when I was on Drink Champs, like I told him what happened, and then he responded, and then I responded, and like it goes on and on.
And
But at the end of the day,
on and on and
yeah.
on.
And then, but at the end of the day, man,
And then I'll be in the middle of this shit like.
yeah, it's all good, man.
I didn't say that.
Dame could
I didn't
call.
say that.
Dame has my number. He could call me at any point, and we could have a suitable conversation. Dame ain't the type of person that records phone calls,
Right.
or whatever else. So I don't feel unsafe having a conversation with him, you know. But the thing about it, and I mentioned this on Drink Champs, the thing that annoyed me was that me and him had a bit of a back and forth, and then he makes a video talking about our phone argument. But I'm the chatty patty. You see what I'm saying? That's where I have the problem. Where it's like you're
All
the
right.
one that made this public. This could have just been handled like two men that he likes to push. Oh, men don't run to the internet. Men aren't chatty patties. But you're the one that ran to the internet and made a video first.
Look, I don't know who made the interview.
He made the video first. I can show you the damn video. He was getting a fucking haircut while he was doing it.
And then he was talking shit about you.
Talking shit about me.
All right.
Exactly.
The slurring, however, I
Yes.
wouldn't put that as a sign of anything. Because if that's the case, then we should be calling Nori like, yo, you good?
Nori will slur at the end of Drink Champs 4 or 5 hours in, which is understandable. I'm watching an interview and Dame is slurring from 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm
He
saying.
started the party before he showed up. That's all that means to me.
Listen, man, Dame's running around with some young joints. You know what I mean? He's making music. He's taking over a town. Something I'm not gonna say where, but
the time of his life. That's it.
All right, man. Listen, like I said, Dame could call me. He's got my number, or he can get it from someone that knows me. We could have a conversation. And at the end of the day, I wish him well. He's had a lot of success over the course of his career. You know what I mean? Not recently, unfortunately, but it's like I think a lot of times it's like he becomes his own worst enemy in a way. You know, I think people want to fuck with him, and then they start to fuck with him, and then things go left. You know, it's happened with a lot of people that I know. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate because I think a lot of people would like to work with him, and then it ultimately doesn't work out because of his personality. But at the end of the day, if Dame ever wants to talk to me, he ever wants to work out any past issues, no problem. I have no issue. And if there's some business that could be done in the future, I'm always open to doing it. I think he's an interesting person. He has an interesting personality. He has interesting takes, and so forth. And I have nothing against him.
I don't got nothing.
Yeah, I know you guys are friends and you guys have a relationship, and that's cool.
Yeah,
you know?
but we share ideals on certain topics. You know, as far as being straight up and not backbiting each other, I respect that part. I like to know where I stand with somebody.
And you know where you stand with me, right?
Right.
Do I ever backbite?
This is why I be saying y'all just need to talk.
And I'm open to that. You know what I mean? Put us on a group chat. I ain't tripping.
I bet.
I'm not the one pushing the I ain't never fucking with this dude again. I'm not the one doing that.
Right.
I never have.
Well, let's just start it off. All right, we back. My expert opinion, the greatest show in the
world.
Yo, hit that like, hit that share, let everybody know you in here. It don't cost you no paper unless you's a mother. You know what? I don't want to say hater anymore.
Oh boy, okay.
Because we got this memberships program, and you join the members, you get to see the full episodes. I'm no longer dropping full episodes. Just in case you didn't notice, I'm not dropping full episodes anymore. I'm gonna keep that exclusive for the people that really fuck with the show. Yeah. All right. So, if you fuck with the show, join the members on YouTube and enjoy. You'll be getting these interviews a week in advance, maybe sometimes a week and a half. Just trying to be like Big Bro. You know what I'm saying? I know how he do it. You know what I'm saying? I had to pick out the room. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to set a few blueprints that a lot of people have followed, and that's cool. That's what I'm supposed to do.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The structure of this show and how everything is released was based on 2 shows, and one of them was yours. Good. I'm happy. MECC, how you doing, sir?
I'm happy. This is when you put out dope shit. Like you have to expect people to, utilize and take little bits and pieces of what you do. No one ever follows a horrible business plan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I do have. We're gonna get to it. We got STARRRZ in the building.
What up?
Once again, you know what I'm saying, my man.
This is new. This is new since last time.
Yeah. Oh no. He's sitting in for today.
Oh, okay.
This
is just a cameo.
But we did do an episode with a bunch of social media influencers, and he was a part of it, and it's dope. Wait till y'all see it. The first half of it is crazy.
Shout out to GFA, God Family Art. Thank you so much for the birthday hoodie. This is fire. And shout out to, I'm wearing this specifically to shout out J. Cole for being the first person to respond, to actually responding on some hip hop shit. I don't care how you feel about it. I only care that he responded. Cause some people are still on, church mouse mode. So shout out to J. Cole for actually responding. I dig the fact that we
that's a J. Cole album cover, but who is that?
GFA?
It looks like Wiz Khalifa.
It's not Wiz Khalifa. Come on, man. This the album cover.
Is that J. Cole?
No, it's not supposed. No, it's just in the.
But it's the J. Cole.
Like his face,
yes,
yeah.
Homage.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
At least that's how I took it. And it's fire, so I'm just wearing it.
I need a sweater too, yeah.
When you talk about the guys at the top of this media thing, is somebody that you just can't leave out of the equation. I mean, when we talk about interviews that are going viral, information, undiscovered information, things that we never knew about. A lot of you guys might love to hate him, but you know he's the source. He's the source. And if we start talking numbers, I guarantee a lot of you niggas ain't even close. You know, hate away, but he's here with us today, my homie Vlad.
This is my third time, fourth time?
Third.
Okay.
Third. Is it third? Third, right?
I don't mean to be distracted. I just pulled a long ass gray hair out of my dress.
Damn.
Like,
Look at that thing.
Wow.
I thought this was lint. This is not lint.
Curly like a chest hair.
This motherfucker used to live here. Look at the size of this. Jesus Christ. I know I got him, but wow. Happy birthday to me.
Say
Wow.
that. Put in your wallet.
Yes.
man.
Can you leave in the comments happy birthday shout outs to MECC? It's
Oh,
MECC's
appreciate
birthday.
it. Appreciate
And if you want his
appreciate
gray hair, he's selling it too.
You know what I'm saying? Word.
His own fans.
$1,000. $1,000. Come
he actually
through me,
put it in
you
his
get it for the
wallet.
low.
Okay.
Fucking this.
He put it in his wallet.
You put it in your pocket?
Hang on to that.
Put it in his wallet.
That was
It's gonna be someplace
crazy.
later on like, yo, look at
I
this.
could pay for that.
All right, so we were talking about the Dame thing, right? Before we go into Kung Fu Kenny kicking everybody's ass.
Chill.
One thing that Dame said is that he feels like some of the questions that you ask get people in trouble.
Right. He said that Vlad has police in the bushes that'll jump out. Like, how stupid is that of a statement?
Do you? It's crazy.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's just dummy talk.
They're not in the
Right.
bushes, guys. They're not in the bushes. Right. However, they are staring through the door, right?
Yo, bro, man, Denzel Washington, man on fire over here, bro.
Yeah, let's not play that
Don't
game.
play.
All right, and before recent, I could argue that point. You know, I could argue against that point.
Right.
Keefe D,
Yeah.
what's going on with that situation?
I mean, Keefe is currently in jail, facing his involvement in Tupac's murder. But you also have to understand that before I did my interview with Keefe D, Keefe wrote a book. And my interview was based on his book.
Right.
So I try to, you know, when it comes to interviewing people, I'll never ask about an open case. I'll never, you know, if I talk about certain crimes, it's because it's either past the statute of limitations or they've done actual prison time over those crimes and they've earned the right with their own life, the amount of life they've given up sitting in prison to
Right.
talk about that. Like, for example, I just had Fu Banger on my show. He was the shooter during the whole Casanova Tekashi beef at Barclays Center.
Yeah, I saw that.
See what I'm saying?
He really didn't want to answer anything.
But they approached me to do the interview, so, you know?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, it was a Monday. I was like,
That's what they say. That's what they say.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. But it's like, but in the open court, he admitted to the shooting. He had admitted to his affiliation with
Right.
the 9 Trey Bloods. Like, this is not anything. There's no gotcha here. This can't be used against him later on. This was all spoken about in open court. He did his jail time. He got out. You know what I'm saying?
But I understand the reflex.
Yeah,
You know
you're
what I'm
gonna have
saying?
you're
Like,
gonna have
you're
a
a street
reflex.
dude. No matter whether you did the time for it or whatever, it's still gonna feel uncomfortable talking about it if you follow that code.
Don't do interviews then.
Right.
If you're a real street dude, you shouldn't be doing interviews at all. If you're still active,
If you're
you
still
should
active.
not be doing interviews at all on any level. You shouldn't even have cameras around.
Right.
Like the real, like when you look at, like, for example, like the cartel leaders, people don't even have photos of
We
them.
don't know what they look like.
You don't even, like,
They're not
literally.
on World Star telling you.
No, there'll
no,
be
we-
like,
we had a cartel.
I'm sliding on
We had
these
a
boys.
cartel guy in here not
well,
too
I had
long ago.
Michael Corleone Blanco. He was the youngest son of Griselda Blanco.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But
that's scary.
His weed strain is odd.
yeah,
He got a weed strain. It's odd.
yeah. No, but to answer the question about Keefe, listen, I'm gonna not ask you whatever, but you wrote a book, and in the book you've laid out all the stuff that I'm asking you.
Right.
So public information.
So if you want to write a book, I have the go-ahead to ask you about the book that you've publicly released.
Right.
It was on Amazon. There's an Amazon link in the interview.
Transcription and the
So
whole.
if you're willing to write a book and you're promoting the book,
Right.
talking about the book,
Right.
it is what it is. And that's the only case I've ever heard that, the interview was somehow involved in the person, whatever. Like I remember I had to call Baller Alert today because they're like, oh, here's the instances where people have snitched on themselves and gone to prison, and they put up at my Casanova interview. And I had to call the owner of Baller Alert, and I was like, our interview had nothing to do with this case. And she's like, my bad, we'll take it down. Look at this case.
Did you threaten them, Vlad?
I didn't threaten them. But I got a relationship with most media outlets.
Oh, okay.
If they called me and asked me to take something down, I'll do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We all work together. There's no
We're
reason.
all in it together.
We're all in it together. And sometimes we get it wrong. I mean, I remember Hot New Hip Hop wrote an article because I done an interview with Shirley Jew, and it's like I was talking about sort of like some of my annoyance about not getting certain interviews. They're like, oh, and Vlad talks about annoying. He disses the Breakfast Club, and I'm like, I didn't diss the Breakfast Club. Y'all need to take this bullshit down. Envy's my man. Charlamagne's been my man forever.
Right.
I'm cool with Angela Yee, who's no longer the show. So
I need to call you from now on.
But no, what I'm saying is
some of the shit that goes out, I'll be tight. I'll be like, who the
but you gotta, I mean, people get it, because, listen, it's not like the owner is the one who's writing this shit. A lot of times they have staff members who are just trying to get clicks.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is not true. And I had to hit up Charlamagne and Envy and say, if y'all see this isn't true. And then I hit up Hot New Hip Hop and they took it down.
But in the case of Keefe D, I do feel like the book, I had no awareness of the book. The interview, I watched it and I said, this is just too bold. It's too bold.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense that someone, like, you have to have, like, complete faith that the government really doesn't care about who killed Tupac. So they're never gonna come to get me to say the things that he was saying in that interview.
Yeah.
As he was saying it to you, how did you feel? Did you feel like, oh, this motherfucker here, he don't know I did the Tupac remix album back in da-da-da. By the way, Vlad, yes, you did do that. What was the name of that?
Oh, Rap Phenomenon.
Rap Phenomenon. That Tupac. There's a Tupac mixtape. Everybody heard it. Everybody loved it.
I got mixtape of the year.
Mixtape of the year. Vlad was responsible for that.
I was one of the 3 DJs. It was me, Green Lantern, and Dirty Harry. I would never
Right. So you people are like, oh, he's a culture vulture. No, he actually did things for the culture. So
No, he's contributed. He's contributing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That was a big deal. That
Yeah.
was a really big deal.
But with the Keefe D thing, listen, you want to write a book about it, we're going to interview you about the book.
Right.
And I have no qualms about it.
But you weren't sitting there like, I love Tupac, motherfucker.
My goal, listen, my goal was never to put him in prison. Like to the point of when he did get arrested, Las Vegas PD kept calling me over and over and over again, leaving voicemails, leaving emails saying that they want the raw footage from all the interviews, and I never responded. I'm not cooperating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, I would never cooperate against a guest that I had on my show.
Right.
In fact, I've even had situations where I've had to fight
The feds.
And had to lawyer up and spend $10,000 and not being able and stop them from being able to try to seize footage and stuff like that.
See, I know this.
Yeah.
But I know public perception. They see,
Public perception is
Vlad,
going to be public perception.
yeah,
Man.
he did.
And public
I'm like,
perception, you
y'all-
also got to understand how fake internet public perception is. Because
Yeah.
on the internet, you think that everyone hates me, but I walk outside, and every time I walk outside, people want to take pictures with me and tell me how much they love my
everybody's
content.
Vlad.
You never,
With that voice.
you never meet the hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's true. I'm not making this up. Literally, I'll be outside.
The internet thinks I'm Donald Trump.
Jeez.
Yeah, we all have, because it's easy if you have a picture of a cat on Twitter to,
careful
to
with
call
that
you.
one.
You understand what I'm saying.
Trump
right?
got a lot of. Be careful.
You don't get it. You know,
Porn stars and shit. You might just be careful. Just be careful.
You're fired. You're fired.
No, not that one. Nobody. You're fired. Not that one.
But yeah, man, the internet's gonna be the internet.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like I think what I did in the beginning, since I started doing this in 2008, I think it was kind of shocking to the hip hop world. You know, it wasn't shocking to the journalism world because 60 Minutes had been doing this. But in the hip hop world, everyone was like, oh no, you know, do softball, ask questions. You know, like when you look at all the radio guys that were around and girls during this time, it was all softball, you know, very easy interviews that don't really tell you anything about the person. They're all just basically promo runs. And I just thought it was lame. Like, you know, you go into the barbershops, people are asking the real questions, but you don't get these real questions in the interviews, you know? And here we are in the barbershop.
Unless
You see what I'm saying? So I think when I came out and I'm asking the tough questions, everyone in the hip hop world was like shocked. But now when you look at, like, I think like Nori, what he does is not much different from what I do. I think he has the same type of questions, the same kind of tough questions and everything else like that. It's like people are drinking though, so sometimes it goes over a little bit easier.
Right.
But, you know, I think that most of the big platforms, they do kind of what I do. And I don't think it's as shocking anymore. And I think overall, I'm seeing the stance of Vlad TV kind of soften and more become more accepting to the general audience. That's the perception I get.
I see people taking that format and running with it.
Right.
And
As they should.
As they should. You don't feel any way about people just give me that interview, fool. It's a full-time Jack move. You don't,
Shout out to O'Shea.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that question?
because what I noticed is
Like
a
the way he does it, right?
platform that took your format now has an interview, like setup in a barbershop.
There is one?
There is?
I don't understand the question.
That really wasn't a question.
It wasn't a question.
What's the
It
question?
was just me letting people know I'm aware that you guys just lack originality. That shit is so cheese, man.
Well, I mean, but you can't copyright a barbershop. You know, I mean, look at LeBron's show.
No, I understand.
You know what I'm saying? You can't copyright asking questions behind the camera. You can't copyright, you know, certain types of questions or certain types of formats. It just is what it is. It's art in its own type of way, and there's going to be imitation. There's going to be whatever else.
Once you
That's
have
cool.
an idea, it doesn't belong to you.
It doesn't belong to you
As soon
anymore.
as you put it out into the world, it belongs
And especially
to
if
you.
it's successful.
So,
And
so
look,
I want to say this to all the fans of the show. If you see someone copying this format outside of what LeBron does or what I do, shit on them, please. Shit on them. You have my full permission to just go out there and say the worst things that you can to these people. Please.
How about like Funny Marco? Remember how he does his interviews? Bobby copied his whole thing.
yeah, but they did an interview together.
No, I know that. But
Yeah,
gave
so
him a bunch
that's
of
like
money.
the cosign, right?
I guess the co-sign from him, but
Yeah, but how
Funny
much?
Marco wasn't the first person doing that.
Yeah, he was. He started the awkward interviews and stuff like that.
Man,
No,
there's
it
always
was-
been-
he wasn't
there's
the
always
first
been
one.
awkward interviews.
He wasn't the first one.
I mean, Nardwar has awkward
yeah,
interviews.
yeah.
Like,
But I'm talking about like, you know, sit down and have the guests come, you know.
Once you
No,
have
what?
an idea, it doesn't belong to you anymore. It's too. If
Well,
you
it's-
want
it's
to, if you want to keep your
whoever does
idea to
it better.
yourself,
Yeah.
So
you
it's
want to keep
whoever
your
does it
idea to
better,
yourself,
right?
you got to keep it in the house.
That's
Yeah.
kind
You
of
can't tell anybody.
why his name is Funny Marco and not Original Marco.
Yes. Who does it better is going to win out, or
Always gonna win out.
who people prefer, and they may not do it better. Start talking about individual standards. It gets different.
Yeah.
It gets different. Jerry Springer was super popular, but you can't really, Tom Brokaw was that guy, but he wasn't as popular as Jerry Springer. So it's not even a matter of doing it better. It's just a matter of who likes it more.
Okay.
And you don't have any say over that. Lowest common denominator usually wins out over shit like that. So
Yeah.
whoever's
Well-
doing like that kind of shit gets
Well,
the
I
win.
feel like in hip hop, this is an unwritten rule.
no biting.
No biting.
That's not unwritten. That's written. That's
Okay,
super
it's written. It's written and it's been broadcasted
Yeah,
for
yeah,
years.
but look,
no
but look.
Come on,
biting.
music,
All right, but
Like-
okay, but here's
Take your
right.
face away from the joint. Just take it away. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
Just
that.
take
But,
it
okay,
away.
so look. This is actually an interesting conversation. I remember having this conversation like 20 years ago. Hip hop was so big on no biting, right? And then Snoop was the first person to actually redo a hip hop song.
It's different.
It's different, but it was a taboo. Snoop had to kind of put his neck out a little bit to do so because it had never been done before.
Lottie Dottie.
Lottie
Lottie
Dottie.
Dottie.
And then he redid The Vapors on the next album.
Paying homage is different from
Paying
biting.
homage is different.
But the thing is that everyone in hip hop was too scared to do that, whereas in traditional, like for example, like Shaka Khan, her biggest hit, "I Feel for You," was a
Written
Prince
by
song.
Prince,
Was a
right.
Prince. It wasn't
Right.
written by Prince. It was a Prince song on his album that she redid, and she just ended up doing a better job of it. I heard it through the grapevine. There was like 3 versions of it before Marvin Gaye killed it.
Well, all through R&B and rock
That's what
at
I'm
the
saying.
time, everybody
they
was
Country,
they've
like,
just
they
been
do that. But
recycling a
hip-hop
lot of records.
was so, oh, you can't bite, don't redo my song, until someone actually did it and did it successfully, and then it's like
no,
the taboo
don't
is gone.
bite it. Hold on, no, because don't biting is different from paying homage and redoing someone's song. The fact is, biting is it's my lyric now, and I'm not. I came up with this and you didn't. Meanwhile, he really came up with it. Paying homage is, yo, shout out to Slick Rick. Whoever don't like it, eat a dick. Lottie Dottie. It's not my song. I'm telling you whose record this is.
Right. But what I'm saying is it's a gray line. So for example, you look at the new J. Cole record, he took a Jay-Z line.
Sure.
From Takeover about the divided every 3 years, something
Yeah,
whatever else. So it's like that could technically be seen as biting.
Nah.
Or it could be but it's a Jay-Z line that he's using. He didn't say shout out to Jay-Z, something.
No,
If
but
he
he
would've
would've
took a verse,
if he would've took a verse,
he
then
has
that's
the
biting.
association.
it doesn't matter though. Like this is what I'm saying. It's all
It
gray
does.
area.
It does.
It's all
It does.
gray
It
area.
It does matter.
It's
It
all
does
gray
matter.
area.
It's not
It does
gray.
matter.
It's not
Like okay, all right.
How many lines
if
did
my
Jay-Z use
homeboy-
of Biggie and stuff like that?
But he paid for him, and we all knew whose
paid
lines
for
he
it?
was
He didn't
taking.
pay for
He paid
it.
publishing for it.
Publishing.
We all knew.
You don't pay publishing for one line.
No, it was multiple
You don't pay
lines.
publishing.
It was
You don't pay publishing for one line in a verse. You'll
all-
pay publishing for redoing a hook.
No.
But you won't pay publishing for using one line in a
Vlad,
verse.
you pay publishing for anybody you give credit to the production of a record.
Right, and I'm
So
saying
whether it was one line or
whenever
two
Jay-Z
lines-
would quote a Biggie, I don't think Biggie got publishing for that.
How do you know that?
I'm almost positive
think
because
he
I
did.
know how music works.
Yeah, but I think
For using his lines and his
A line, no, a line
really
can't be cut.
It's literally just a piece of paperwork that says this goes here. It's really not that crazy. A point, whatever. It's not. But
I don't think that's happened.
back on the since we're talking about cultural things, I don't even want to slide off into business. We're talking. It's not a gray area. It's very well defined. We know biting when we hear it. Jay was called out for biting. Jay explained why he was doing what he was doing as far as Biggie was concerned.
Well, the fact that he was called out for it is what makes it gray area.
Right.
See
Well,
what I'm saying?
No.
The fact that people are calling him out for it means that there's already a gray
He
area.
was called
I'm
out.
not saying it's right or wrong.
He was called out on it by a guy who he was in a lyrical feud with at the time. Like that,
Right.
it just made for a
I'm
great
not a biter,
punch.
I'm a writer for myself and others. I say a big verse, I'm only bigging up my brother. Bigging up my borough, I'm big enough to do it. I'm that thorough. Plus I know my own flow is stupid.
So them rings and things you sing about, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Another Biggie line right behind it. Like that was a shot from a guy who he was engaged in a lyrical feud with.
Right.
It's not a gray area. We all know what biting is. Jay explained why he did it. Again, but Snoop paying homage, because we had this conversation when Talib was here. Snoop paying homage to Slick Rick is not biting. He literally told you, this is not my record in so many words.
Right.
This record belongs
But what I'm
to
saying,
Slick
until
Rick.
he did that, nobody in hip hop remotely wanted to do that.
That's because motherfuckers didn't want to admit that they admired somebody enough to to big up one of their songs.
Right.
I'm not on your dick. I'm
Hip
on.
hop. Like my first interview I ever did in life was with Special Ed. This was when I was a DJ for.
Shout out to Special Ed.
You know, he's been on both of our shows, right?
Yes, he's originated so many things.
Exactly.
And he texts me about it all the time.
Yeah.
He just,
man, I love.
He's like, yo, you see this?
By the way,
I started
that.
Yeah. and I remember speaking to him about how his first album didn't have any features, only used one producer. And he was like, well, back then you didn't want other people on your shit. You wanted it to be your shit.
Right.
It wasn't even a thought to get a feature from somebody. It wasn't a thought to use all the best producers. No, like I want my sound to be with, was it Howie T?
Hitman Howie T.
Howie
Right.
T. You know what I mean? I didn't want, you know what I mean? Like,
I think that changed
Nas kind of broke
changed
that mold.
Yeah, Nas changed
You
The
know,
first super producer album.
Without this,
Yeah.
the first super producer album. Like he changed it. Like
Right.
you know what I mean? Like hip hop is still kind of was a new genre
But he
back
didn't
then.
have a DJ or a producer. So he was it's not like Nas started out one way and then switched. His first album had all the best producers on it.
He had Large Professor,
Large Professor was there.
but Large Professor only did like 1 or 2 songs.
Yeah, but he was there.
He could have done the whole album.
Right, but
He could have been like a main source album.
everybody wanted to be on that project.
But Nas could have been like, no, I'm gonna do it the hip hop way and have one producer do it all the way through, like every other album had been done to this point. And he decided to switch it, and it worked, and it became one of the best albums ever. You know, and he had one feature from AZ. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One song had a feature. Every other song was original. Now you look at albums by, like, let's say a French Montana or Rich the Kid, and every song has a feature on
It's
it.
like a compilation.
It's almost like a compilation. And it works for certain people.
True.
Yeah.
So it's like you have these no biting rules or whatever, but it's all gray area and it all evolves. And at the end of the day, everyone's just trying to create their best product. And if it means I got to incorporate certain things, I got to use certain things, but I got to pay certain people publishing to use this, or I got to pay these people to jump on my record, or if I got to literally take something and, you know, either pay for it or hope they don't notice, everyone's just trying to create the dopest product because the competition is fierce.
Yeah.
Everyone's a rapper. There's a million fucking records that come out every day. That's all I'm saying, man. It's not completely cut and dry. There's always a gray area to it.
I think it gets muddy. Culturally, there's no gray area. Artistically, there's no gray area. Now, what people do financially, what people do business-wise, what people try to do industry-wise, totally different. Nas deciding that he was going to have multiple producers on this one project
Yeah.
can be seen as an evolution in how things go, right?
Right.
Snoop having enough integrity and enough, I'm trying to think of the word for it. Snoop being a big enough person to admit that this is somebody he's looked up to his entire career and paying homage to his record, that's another breakthrough because a lot of people didn't have that kind of guts to do that before him.
Right.
Right.
Culturally, not biting is still not biting, and when it's when it's caught, it's frowned upon. Which is why Nas was able to get that line off, and nobody went, get the fuck out of here. No, everybody was like, well, he's got a point. You are doing that shit. Nobody shitted on Nas for saying that because culturally, everybody understands. Now, Jay had to explain himself.
Had to explain himself.
Because he understood
And some people took that explanation, and some people said, nah, you still biting.
Yeah, no.
Right? And that's what the gray areas, this is what I'm saying.
It's still not gray. No, it's not a personal opinion.
It's gray.
It's not gray if it's explained.
You can explain it, and not everyone's going to accept your explanation.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Understood.
It was like everyone unanimously said, oh, okay, Jay, thumbs up. Some people are like, nah, fuck that.
The thing
Still
is,
biting.
people were saying that before Nas pointed it out.
Yeah. I mean, who? Rod Wave. I remember someone made a
compilation of all the things.
all the lines that he took
got a
from other
Boosie song,
people.
a Jay-Z song,
this.
Yeah.
Is this homage or is this biting? You see what I'm saying? Like you could keep bringing up.
Now, in the case of Rod Wave, and I make, no offense to Rod Wave, but I make fun of my kids for listening to Rod Wave because I feel like,
No offense, though.
I always ask him, I'm like, yo, you okay? You all right? Is there anything, can I help you with something? I heard you playing Rod Wave, and I know that's like the suicide music. So, so like, you know what I mean?
Music,
I mean, we're talking about a guy, and I pay for him to go to Rod Wave concerts and shit like that. But we're talking about a guy who jumps from the ledge of a window during his show. Like, I'm gonna sing this song, and then I want to die. Like, I can't get with it. Huh?
He does that?
At his live shows, like the big arenas and
And
shit
he's like 400
that.
pounds, so people
He
may
jumps
not
out
catch
of the
it.
window?
Yo, he's in a window
Not lying,
performing
bro.
a song, and he like leaps.
Y'all lying. Nobody's gonna make
There's
that
a
up.
harness and shit, or he just jumps and he lands. on some
I don't know if
shit.
he lands or something. I don't know what. I don't go with
Because, you know,
him.
that crowd might
Dude,
part
he's
like the
not
Red
a small
Sea.
guy. Like,
No, he's like 400 pounds, is what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't want to catch him if he
Like,
jumped
not
at me. I'd be like,
400.
nope. Pow.
When he goes into the audience and he lands on people.
no, can't
No.
I
It's
thought
like
that's what
a
he said.
stage. It's like a setup on
He
stage.
gets sued,
Like it's-
bro. He would get sued.
Yeah, he hurt somebody.
That's gonna hurt somebody, son.
Yeah.
Nah,
I thought that's
we're
what he
not
was
doing
doing.
that.
All
That
I
was
can
just stage
think is
diving.
back pain, knee pain, chest pain. You trying to catch it?
That's too bad, 'cause I remember hip hop concerts had all types of stage diving. I remember I was in the Insane in the Membrane music video in the crowd, and all we were doing was stage diving. That's it. That was the whole video was stage diving.
Yeah, Meth and Red was doing Onyx.
Yeah.
Onyx
Yeah.
crowd surf.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not new. It's just it wasn't symbolic of suicide. When
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, and I listen to the music, and I'm like, yo, this guy sounds really depressed. Why are you listening to this? Like, your life is good. Like, you just went shopping yesterday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but no offense. Like, sometimes, all right, like DMX. A lot of people didn't understand the prayer stuff that he came with, and you know, he would talk about his life, and you listen about, like, yo, shit, damn, he went through all that shit. It is a little depressing. But
X
then
had
the
a gruesome-
prayer
had
is
a
like,
gruesome life.
he's leading you in the right direction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gruesome upbringing.
So I don't knock Rod Wave for what he does. I just make fun of my kids when they listen to him. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But
I gotta see that shit. Yeah,
but it's like,
him jumping out the window is crazy.
yeah.
no,
that's
X
not
is
it.
X talking that shit is different. X was fighting demons inside. X wasn't fighting. I think I deserve a better life, therefore this one is miserable. Which is what a lot of what I see looks like.
What the fuck?
That's what it looks like when I hear when I talk to kids like in peer groups and we having these conversations. Most of the things that they're depressed about, and I'm only saying depressed because I don't know if they're clinically, but most of the things they're upset about, they feel their lives should be better than what it is, and because it's not, they're miserable.
No, that's just generation, bro.
Sounds like entitlement to it. So they do drugs to escape the pain of not having a life that they think they should have.
Yes. Want to know why? Social media.
Yeah, totally.
Social media.
They're looking
These
at everybody
kids-
else's highlight reel 24
Yup.
hours a day, and because their life doesn't look anything like that, it's a
Life is
fucked up
fucked
life.
Yeah, life
Look.
is fucked up.
How many people are sitting at home like, okay, scroll. He has a better girlfriend than me.
He has a better
Scroll.
car.
Damn, they got a better car.
She's cuter.
Scroll. Oh, they have money. Keep scrolling.
I can't go on that vacation. I can't afford those clothes. I
Where they
can't
at?
afford that party.
Dubai? I can't afford Dubai. So they're depressed because of shit that really should be nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing that I don't think people like realize, like back in the days, okay, yeah, you was from the hood, but the hood was exciting. Like, you would meet a girl from the suburbs whose like mother is the VP of a bank, father is this, and they'd be mad as fuck because their daughter is in the projects all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are those kids at? That's why I'll be wondering, like, what happened to
grew
those
up.
kids?
Yeah, they grew up.
They
bro.
grew up.
That's crazy.
And they live
Everybody
on-
in the projects
Listen,
now.
man,
Yeah,
they
they
used
love-
Everybody in the people.
They live
I had
on
a couple
social
of them in
media.
the projects. I'm just saying, I know. And they loved it. And they loved it. So y'all
loved
should
it.
love your lives. Love your lives, man. Love your life.
Go make your own highlight reel and figure out what makes you happy and stop assuming that the people who you're looking at have a happy life. Trust me and believe that a lot of these people are living miserable lives in palaces. It's not what you think it is. They're not happy. They're not as happy as you probably are. And they're trapped there.
I want to be sad in the palace.
Yeah. I'll
be depressed.
I like being sad in my
Until
mansion
you get
sometimes.
there.
I'm just saying.
Until you get there. No, but you'd be sad anyway, is
yeah.
my point. Like
I
most
get you,
of,
I get you,
yo,
I
I remember that since we talking journalism shit. I remember watching an interview with Michael Jackson
Right.
way back, and I was a shorty. And
Mm-hmm.
it was on VHS. That's how old this interview was. I forgot who he was
Where'd you
talking
rent
to.
it from?
No, my aunt had it.
Right.
And I remember watching like, oh shit, Michael Jackson, like this is his moonwalk. This dude is the biggest star in the world. And then he starts talking. And he
sad.
sounds miserable.
Yeah.
I can't go. Well, Michael, why don't you just go out? And he almost screamed
just
on him.
can't go.
Go where?
Yeah.
When I leave, I have to have security.
That was his voice?
When I go to a club, no. When I go to a club, all they do is play my records, and I can't go out on the dance floor and dance with anybody. Like I'm surrounded by, and by the time it was over, he was like, "Yo, I'm trapped here.
You know what
like
I hear?
it looks good, but I'm trapped. I can't walk out." And then I saw the story about when he was shooting a movie. I think it was for Disney, and they had him in makeup, and they have footage of him going outside of the lot and sitting at a bus stop.
Yeah, he did that.
And then walking into a pharmacy and just like picking up things off the shelf and then leaving. Like, but
he
that
had
little
a makeup
thing,
artist that put a beard on him so he could go out.
Right.
No, but that's just like telling me like you're complaining about life, bro. Didn't you want to be a fucking superstar, bro?
nobody saw that
From the outside though, it's like, yo,
I get that.
I would
but
love to have
when
sex with a porn star, right? And then you
I
do
wouldn't
it.
want to have sex with a porn star, bro.
You said you
Oh
don't want to.
no, not with a porn star.
Not with
Maybe
a
a regular bad bitch that hasn't
A
been used.
regular bad bitch.
that hasn't been used. They've all been used.
So you don't
All
use
right,
porn.
but I don't know she's been
You don't
used,
look at
though.
Pornhub
Yes,
at
you
all.
do.
Oh no, wait. I'm a fan of Pornhub.
Okay, all right.
But
All right.
His
So,
thumbs up.
hold on.
Cut a promo with that.
No, all right. So you might fantasize of getting with one, right?
Right.
And or you go to a strip. Okay, let me simplify it.
Strip club.
Strip club.
Baddest stripper there. You're like, wow.
You're like, wow,
I want her.
right? I want her. Then you get her, and you're in a relationship, and it's a fucking nightmare, cause you're like,
You got to pick her up from work. You got to wait for her. You got to sit at the bar while she's there giving your man a lap dance.
your homeboy's birthday party is there that night. And you're like,
Nah.
don't go over there. Nah, she got to get that money though.
Nah,
you know
look,
what I'm saying?
you want to be famous, you want to become a superstar. There's expectations, and there's a life that you're gonna have to leave behind, bro.
Yeah, but
nobody
all
sees
all
how
those
it's
people,
actually going to be.
All those people, they fight and they claw their way to that position.
Yeah.
At any point, they have the option to say, hey, this is what I signed up for. I'm just going to go back and live a private life. They could all move somewhere where, like, yeah, Michael Jackson was a special case, but look at how long it took Michael Jackson to become Michael Jackson. Think about how many bum-ass albums he had until Off the Wall came out. There was this whole string of, like, Ben. Y'all remember the Ben album? Nobody remembers the Ben album.
He was a kid when he did
It doesn't matter. He was a kid when the Jackson
was a
5.
kid.
He had had 5, 6, 7 albums by the time Ben came out. No one's checking for Ben. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, nah. Like, I'm going back to the studio.
Ben was a killer rat,
All right,
bro.
hold on.
Like Ben, you think about it though, like Ben was a killer rat. Like a friend like Ben. There's been plenty of hip hop artists
Right.
who had a friend like Ben.
I'm just
Like,
saying, nobody was checking for Michael Jackson during this time, and he kept at it, and he kept at it, and he kept at it until he finally got to where. And people like to say, like, oh, I'm so sad being a superstar, boo-hoo. But reality is, like, they could have all thrown in the towel early on and then lived a private life. But they didn't do that. They wanted what they wanted.
Hold on. 2 things. A few things actually, but let me start here. Number one, Michael Jackson didn't know how to do anything else but be Michael Jackson. He's been doing that since he was a kid.
Right.
Number 2,
he was forced.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't.
No,
I
he
won't
wasn't.
say he was
Not true.
forced,
Not
but
true.
he did not
Bruh.
know
If he
what
didn't sing
Joe was whipping out the belt.
If he didn't sing
if
the right
they
note,
hit the notes right.
that's it.
No, he was.
You
forced-
can't tell me this is after school activity.
No, he was
it's
forced
not.
to do it perfect.
I'm getting my ass
but
whooped.
he wasn't forced to sing. He was forced to
Yeah,
sing
he loves
perfect.
singing.
But he wasn't. But I'm getting away.
wasn't forced.
I'm getting away from the point. Number 1, Michael Jackson redefined what we knew superstardom to be. Except for Elvis, there had never been a black. There had never been a black man that famous ever in life. So there's no way to predict this is what I'm heading to. He literally defined it as it happened. So there's no way he could say, oh my God, that's going to be miserable. I'm turning around.
No,
right?
it was James Brown.
Not like Mike. Nothing
No,
was
yeah,
like Mike.
Mike surpassed.
He's right.
Nothing
Mike
was
surpassed,
like Mike.
but yeah.
In the
Yeah,
modern
he
age,
surpassed
nothing was like
everybody.
Mike.
Right.
Michael
Well, in
Jackson's
fact, he
fans,
surpassed
though,
everyone to this
crazy.
day. No one's even reached the
Right.
height of a Michael
Yeah.
in
And
2024.
which leads me to the
Drake,
last part.
Drake has boasted about him.
No.
But it's not.
No,
It's not
Ain't
like
nothing like Michael Jackson's
not
fans.
like
No,
Mike.
Drake can now walk on the stage in China and 100,000 people will cry and fall on the floor and what just by standing there.
There are no statues
there's
of
no-
Drake in places
yeah.
where they don't speak
Yeah,
English.
no.
There's statues of Mike in spots where they don't speak the
Yeah,
language.
Tupac didn't even reach the Michael Jackson level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even
Yeah,
after
that's
death.
right. A
No.
whole prison did the Thriller dance. I remember
Yeah,
that,
like,
yeah.
and that
In
man's
fucking
been
the
gone for how long?
Philippines or something. Yeah, that's
crazy.
what I'm saying. It's
That's crazy.
the greatest
The whole
entertainer of all
prison,
time.
Yeah, like so,
Yeah.
which leads me to the last part. Everybody knows a bit of the dance, like just a little.
Right.
Which leads me to the last part. I just
Hold
want
it, hey, you got the dance down?
no one,
got that
most artists, most real artists. The goal is to make art.
Right.
The goal is to make music for a living. The things that come along with being popular enough to make a living from your art are the things that they have a hard time dealing with.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. If pure musicians that I talk to, they literally just want to be able to make a living making music. They don't really want, when the fame pulls up, it hits everybody different because nobody knows what they're going to be like when they're famous or what it's going to hit like.
What about Beyonce?
What about her? She's a science experiment. Her father's been having her in that like since she was a teenager. She literally doesn't know how to be
I want to
anything
kind
else
of
but
pull back
Beyonce.
the
Right, but-
science experiment statement. I don't want to just say she's a science experiment.
But here's the thing.
I would imagine that she wanted to do all these things.
Beyonce definitely wanted to do it and
I
continues
never
to
heard
want
no
to do
stories
it.
of the Joe Jackson belt
No,
with
there's
Beyonce.
no.
so
And I've interviewed her dad multiple
I'm gonna
times.
say that she.
when I
Look at Solange. Solange was relatively below the radar compared to a Beyonce the whole time, even
Right.
though they grew up together and you know they were both. You know, Solange is pretty too and could sing as well and
And
everything else
talented.
like
Them
that. And
albums be
talented.
fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She had good projects, but she never got to the Beyonce level. And look,
she could fight.
Beyonce is already worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And I remember when I interviewed Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder yesterday, we talked about how 50 Cent's tour was the 3rd biggest hip hop tour ever. Number 2 was the Drake, It's All a Blur, and number 1 was On the Run, Beyonce and Jay-Z, the biggest hip hop tour of all time.
I didn't know that.
Beyonce continues to want to push the envelope and get the fame and do the big projects and do the monster tours, even to the point of now she's doing a country album because
And she just
country's the
killed
hottest
units.
shit. You know what I'm
She
saying?
just
Like,
killed it by units too.
Yeah.
It was like 400,000 or something like that.
yeah.
She brought,
Which
she brought,
in this day and
and
age
I
is-
want
Yeah,
to
that's
say,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
I want to
couldn't
say
believe
shout
that.
out to them for that because they also brought a lot of attention to the African American country artists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, and there's noble things that happen along the way, but what I'm saying is she wants it. Beyonce can't go to the mall. She can't go to a grocery store, you know, but she's okay with that. You know, and people want to, oh, they're so sad in their mansions. No, they're not.
well,
No, fuck, it's not out of here.
Well, 2 lines of
used
coke
to
and they
sleep-
forget
I
about
used to
it.
sleep on couches in Flatbush. I live in a mansion now. Like, fuck that.
Yeah,
Vlad, I'm
yeah.
not saying-
I'm happier than I ever have been. Yes,
Right.
I go through my shit just like every other person. I have conflicts. I cry. I have heartache. I have downtimes. You know, I fucking have injuries, like, you know,
Yeah.
whatever else. But
Yo.
at the end of the day, it's nice to say,
I'm hurting.
yo,
I'm
I
hurting
live
my
in a house
mansion.
that I live in a big ass house that I own outright. I have money. Like, if I want to quit for the rest of my life, I could do that right now. And I'm
Right.
doing it, you know, during times of like, yo, I got to do interviews and I got to prepare. And I'm like, yo, there's people that are working right now 9 to 5 jobs. And I just got to go in and just talk to one of my friends for a couple hours and I make money off that. And I have all these employees that I support.
There
Like,
is a toll that comes with success.
yeah, but
but
it's
you
not-
can handle it. That's the point. You can handle what comes with your success.
But not everybody can handle it.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, not
and
every-
those people,
like for you,
I
Vlad,
feel
you're like, I
people
don't
who
give a fuck.
say they can't handle it are just looking for sympathy because they could always leave if they want to.
and do what?
And do what?
Live off all the fucking tens of millions they already have in the bank.
Assuming they have tens of
Assuming
millions.
they have
How
it.
much do they owe?
Listen, you're talking about superstars, they're all pretty much financially great.
I don't know too many superstars who I'm seeing beefing. This conversation started with kids looking at other people's highlight reels who are complaining about their own lives
And listening
not
to Rod
matching
Wave.
up. Right. I don't know a lot. The complaints I hear from people who are famous are typical complaints. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't afford this. This sucks.
Kendrick
blah, blah, blah.
Lamar and J. Cole are beefing as we're speaking. They're both worth probably $100 million, if not more.
But they're beefing over who's the best.
But they're still beefing.
But that's over who's the best. That's
That-
not even a
that-
real beef. That's
We need that for rap.
Yeah.
It's still.
All right,
It's still
I gotta
that's
say-
competition.
Yeah.
We've always
It's
had
still
competition.
Just to chime in on this, life changed for me. There are definitely some great pluses,
right.
awesome pluses.
Yeah. When I met
Some
you, you
shit
weren't
that
there.
would make any man hate me. Like, you have access to what? But then there's the flip side of it. The friends that become shady. The people who stop seeing you as a person and start seeing you as a bag.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The relationships that become superficial.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, depending on where your values lay, or where, like if you relied on a structure, a support system, once you hit that success, it's like, it's not the same system because now you've made it. You've actually made it. It's
Right.
not like
You're gonna get
you
into-
telling your homeboy, yo, one day you gonna, yo, bro, I'm telling you, you like one song away. But when they get that song and they get another song and another song and another song, is that friend still supporting? You dig what I'm saying?
But if it's so bad, if all the trappings of success are so bad, why doesn't anyone go back to just being poor again?
Exactly.
No,
A lot of people do.
No,
There- there are plenty of people-
no, willingly?
I remember I
Name me a
reposted.
person who's at the height of their success and
wanna
says,
go
you know
broke."
something, I'm gonna give it all away and go work at Walmart.
It happens, but it happens before they get to the height of success.
Yeah.
It happens before that. They don't get that far. It happens before that.
They decide
There
this
are a
is the
couple
one
of
I
artists who
want. What
I'm
I
not
want to do. I'm gonna back up out of this.
Yeah, there are a couple artists I can mention, but I'm not gonna blow their names up. But like that, we started off and they were the hottest thing smoking, and they saw what it was. And one dude went ghost for a week when he was supposed to be doing a press run. He went complete ghost. They found him a week and a half later at a hotel. He had just been at a hotel and he just wouldn't leave. He wouldn't pick up his phone. He wouldn't do any because he couldn't take it. He couldn't take it.
Yeah, but what was the name of the artist that stabbed his eyeball out?
Oh yeah.
Chingy, right? No, Chingy.
No, it wasn't Chingy.
No, it wasn't
definitely
Chingy.
not Chingy. No. It was an
Definitely
R&B
Chingy.
guy. It was an R&B guy.
Yeah, I
Was
forgot
it
his name,
Houston?
bro.
Yeah.
Not Marcus
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah.
Not Marcus Houston.
It was in that.
Yeah, but that's
alright?
mental. That's
What
mental
was his
illness.
name?
I can't remember.
It was
That's,
Houston, bro.
that's
It was
serious mental illness.
We gotta
That
respect
is
the
not-
guy that stabbed himself in the
Well,
in the
eye
eyeball
is mental
and get the name
for
right.
sure.
That is mental
it was
illness.
Houston.
He would have stabbed
A-Town, you
himself
know
in the
who it was?
eye if he was working at McDonald's. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's mental illness. Hurting yourself is not something a normal human being does.
I agree with you.
There's self-preservation.
I agree with you. What I'm
Right?
saying is the people who you're describing, they don't get to the heights
Yeah.
and then give it all away. They fold way before that.
Yeah, his name was Houston.
Houston, yeah.
Houston, yeah.
His
Yeah,
name was
Houston.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fold before that. You don't hear about them because they don't make it that far. If they're smart, hold
on.
Wasn't Lizzo just talking about? No, that she
He
bullshit.
attempted
She
suicide
bullshit.
in a London hotel room and later gouged his eye out with a fork. The 13th floor of the
That nigga
hotel.
must have been on a fucking perk.
Fork.
But they said it was mental health, right?
You don't have to say that.
You think you hardcore?
Yeah, man. And sometimes it's also drug addiction. Like
Yeah.
I remember when I interviewed Lil Bibby, he was talking about what was the name of his artist? The dude who died of the drug overdose on the plane.
Something World. Juice World.
Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD.
Juice
Rest in
WRLD
peace.
was an extreme drug addict. Like he was saying how if a normal person would take like 3 perks, he was doing like 30 perks. Like, you know, he was just like, and he would go fly out to see him and he would lock himself in his hotel room and not let anyone in for days at a time. And look how he ultimately died from a drug overdose.
Yeah.
And you know, and every song was about taking drugs.
I saw it.
So sometimes it's that.
I saw another artist recently that was on you know such and such versus 20 women.
Oh, those
Yeah.
little YouTube videos?
Yeah. And he was,
the dude that he was drugged up.
and
Like,
he said, I
was
take more drugs than you could ever imagine.
he was
I'm
telling
like,
the shorty.
that's not even a bragging
flex.
point. Like, that's not
Yeah,
a flex.
she didn't want to date him or whatever. He was like, I take more drugs than you ever had in your life. It's like,
Yeah, it's probably
he
true.
looked mad young too, bro.
Yeah,
Young
he
kid
does.
too, bro.
Young
I'm
kid.
trying to tell
But
you.
that's where they at now, because they listen to this depressing ass music and they
pop a
looking
pill.
for uppers all over the place.
And they look at if you were forced to look at something that made you feel like a failure and your whole life revolved around that POV, because the internet is everything to these kids. They don't, the idea of just turning it off is not
They just
really
want
a
to
factor.
stay drugged up and escape
If
reality.
all you did all day was look at everyone's life reminding you of what your life isn't, drugs is a great way to escape that.
Yeah.
Which is why my first words were figure out what makes you happy specifically. Happiness is an inside job. You cannot look at everybody else's life and think that's the life that's going to make me happy. Trust me, some of those people are fucking miserable and they're worse off than you with a lot of money. Figure out what makes you happy and go get that thing. It may not
I'll
be
be
being
honest
rich
with y'all.
and famous.
What's it called? What's
I
your
had to
why?
check-
That's what they say. What's your why?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
your why? If you lose your why, bruh, there's been times when I've been out here just looking for something to make me like feel excited, because it's like I hit these goals. All right, everything's straight. I'm losing my passion.
You know what the trick to that is?
Drugs.
No.
I'm sorry.
At the time, yeah, at the time it was that.
Here's the trick.
Yeah.
When you look
My
at,
fault.
You ain't sorry.
you know, like Richard Branson, I remember talked about this. The trick to that is that you set unrealistic goals. Right. So let's just say you had 10,000 in the bank. Your goal is you make a goal of 20,000. You might reach that relatively quickly. But if you set a goal of 1 million, it's going to take you a while to reach that. And you will surpass 20,000 trying to get to that million.
You gotta,
and you still have that goal when you have 300,000-400,000.
but you gotta keep resetting it.
But you got to keep, or you set it you
'cause
set it
I-
high to the point where you don't think you're going to reach it, and you'll be surprised. You will reach it at one point.
And then you have to set it higher.
And you got to set it higher. So
Or
the trick is
that boredom sets in, and I'm
Right.
telling you, you find yourself in
and
Paris
that's
with four
the
strippers
problem. And that's because
doing
you
some
haven't,
shit that you never
set
did
your
before.
goals.
High as a motherfucker.
You probably
I'm telling
haven't set
I'm
your
letting you
goals.
know.
Yeah,
I'm
you
letting
probably
you know,
haven't set
bro.
your goals high enough. Your goals are probably just too low.
Yeah.
That's my advice to you.
No, I hit the ones that I said high.
And they were too high, and they were too low. They were
Yeah.
still too low.
It's time to set them higher. That and family. Family
But the
kind of keeps...
goals doesn't just mean money.
Yeah.
It could mean I want a certain number of kids. I want to be married. I want to have this type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a legacy. I want to make change in this type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I want to try affecting government and see how hard those goals are to reach. You see what I'm saying? But people do set those goals. Think about Obama. You know? Imagine Obama saying, I'm going to be the first black president. It's never been done before, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And he did it twice.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So what's
Someone
next?
had to say,
Somebody
I know
check
this
on Obama.
it's never been done
what he's
before.
Somebody
right
check
now.
on Obama right now.
What he's
Like,
doing right now, right?
what's the new goal, bro? Like,
way.
I'm telling you,
Well,
man.
he's,
his ass
you know, at
down.
this point, his goal, I mean, look, I'm sure he's worth about $100 million at this point. And you know, he's left an incredible legacy. I mean, if you think about it, it's still the Obama White House right now, right?
Right.
No, Joe Biden is part of the Obama legacy.
Oh, okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
So
Fair enough.
the
Yeah,
legacy
fair
is still
enough, fair enough.
continuing.
Fair enough,
He
fair
still
enough.
has. He still
No,
has.
not fair enough.
The blueprint that he set is still happening.
I got you.
So what I'm saying is he set a hell of a goal that no other black person in this country has ever achieved ever, and he superseded it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and while he was in there, he didn't fuck up. He didn't get impeached. He didn't, cheat on his wife. like Clinton did, and all this other trappings that's easy to do when you're in that position. Didn't get caught stealing money, didn't cause an insurrection. Like, there's a lot of shit that could have gone very wrong along the way. Along the way. People get there and fuck it up.
Yeah,
like he actually set the goal, got to the goal, got reelected, and then managed to do what ultimately was a great job in that position.
Right.
Relatively speaking.
Our goals can't compare to what Obama did. Our goals are way too low.
No, I'm not gonna front. Obama is top 3 on the guests that I want on this show.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Mine too.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break. It's the middle of the night. Or really the middle of the day, right? Sitting in your crib, relaxing. Beautiful mansion. All of a sudden you hear boom! Guns are drawn. Like, what the fuck is this? Diddy's house getting raided.
Both his houses getting raided.
Both his houses.
Miami
3
and
New York.
3, yeah.
And New York too, or no?
New York.
No, I heard it was just
don't
LA
think
and
so.
Miami.
No, Miami and LA.
Right. I know you.
Mm-hmm.
You read the transcript on the whole shit.
Well, I read the Lil Rod lawsuit transcript.
Right.
Because he hasn't been charged by the feds at this time.
At all.
Not yet.
No.
I've been hearing stories about planes being forced to land and
No, I don't know. That's not true.
people, excessive force being used, videotapes getting snatched out of the crib.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. I believe it's true.
Well, you don't raid a house just to do it.
Right.
You raid a house because
You're looking for something.
you're grabbing things out that house
Right.
to be used as evidence for a impending indictment.
Now, the feds are usually like, when they come, we got you.
Yeah.
It's don't even think about it.
Yeah, like
We
a
know
90%
everything.
success rate. something like that?
98%.
98%.
98%.
Right.
Why do you think he hasn't been charged with anything yet?
Listen, I've interviewed enough mafia guys to continuously hear the term, the wheels of justice move slowly. There's no reason for them to hurry. They're going to slowly, these things take years sometimes to put together.
Right.
And they've probably been working on this now for a very long time. They're getting all their witnesses together. They're getting, they'll see, they're going through everything they got from the house.
Right.
Going through whatever hard drives and videotapes and text messages. His companies are being subpoenaed.
Right.
Let's not forget that part. So financial records are being put together. Cassie, it's been reported that she's cooperating, right? And you got to understand, this is a very interesting point, is that she filed a civil lawsuit.
I thought that leaves her out of it. That's it.
No, well, and I'm going to explain.
As soon as she does that.
No, I'm going to explain this,
Right.
She filed a civil lawsuit. He settled that lawsuit with her very quickly. Now, I'm 99.9% positive that part of the settlement was an NDA, which means that she can't write a book, she can't do interviews, she can't do a documentary.
She can't divulge
But when
anything.
it comes to a criminal proceeding,
She can assist.
private contracts, which an NDA is, get thrown out the window. And she can be compelled to cooperate and essentially say everything that was said in that lawsuit on the stand.
Through the threat of contempt.
Through the threat. Well, she can be compelled to cooperate. They could say maybe they got something on her as well. Hey, listen, we know that maybe you did some sex trafficking. You know what I mean? Like I'd heard, for example, I'm not going to say from who, the whole thing of the hiring of male prostitutes. From what I understand, she would pick out the male prostitutes sometimes. That was her thing as well. I had heard that from someone close to the situation. So you could be charged for prostitute solicitation.
Now, Vlad,
unless you cooperate, because we're not really after you, we're after him.
I want to be clear on this. Where
Yes.
did you hear that she would pick them out?
From somebody I know. I'm not going to say who.
So that kind of takes a little bit of the sting of her being forced.
You can't be with someone
of it.
for 10 years
And not
and
see
just
all
be
that
forced. unless you're chained in a basement.
Right.
You know,
Right.
she's been
To a
outside at parties and the Met Gala. There was no chain that he had her
Yeah,
on.
it's hard to
Right.
She
believe,
wanted
man.
to be in this. You know, and for example, I talked to Roger Bonds. I didn't do this interview, but he actually did the same interview on the Danza Project. I passed on it, and Danza Project ended up doing it.
Right.
He told me that they'd be in the car, and she'd be in the back seat, and she would punch Diddy in the face. And then he would jump in the back seat and they would start tussling and he'd have to roll up the windows or whatever else. But the physical abuse was happening both ways. And of course, he saw him physically abuse her sometimes, but it would go both ways. Like,
So they're fighting.
they're fighting.
They're having a fight.
Fighting.
Shit happens to
Yeah.
people who fight each other.
They're fighting.
Say
You
it
know,
again?
and, but
happens in the
when you're
projects.
the
They just
girl,
rich. They just
when
rich.
you're the girl,
Right.
you're always going to be the
Give them
victim.
the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But there's lots of violent women out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Factory settings.
I think we've all probably had them in our lives.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
Yo,
I got slapped a few
I had
times.
someone who was a centerfold for Vibe magazine.
Hitting you?
Not only hitting me, she bit the shit out of me. I couldn't take the abusive shit no more.
right.
Picked her up, took her to the door. There you go.
She
Yeah.
bit you
She knocked on the door.
and bit you where?
And she was like, baby, please, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And, you know, I felt bad because that was my girl. It's just, you know, she crazy. You know, her parents was crazy.
Yeah.
You find out the stories as you get, like, you ever, like smash something and then shorty start talking about her life and you like, what the fuck did I just get myself into? You know what I'm saying?
No,
It was
listen.
one of those situations, but
Yeah.
she's
no.
begging at the door.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking dummy. You
I
opened
went
it.
for it. I went for it.
Ah, you
I fucking
dummy.
opened it.
Where did she bite you?
Yo,
bro?
I opened it. She said, I'm sorry.
No.
And bit the shit. Like her teeth marks to this day are here.
Damn.
Bit the shit out of me and dipped. Bro, I was so fucked up. I'm like, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm this, that. But I was scared. I locked the door again. I'm like, what the fuck?
I
What
went
the
and
fuck
opened
was
it.
that?
I went and opened it. The calls
Listen,
coming
we've,
from
we've
inside the
all
house.
been
But
through it.
but the
with
point is,
violent
if
women.
you saw her, you wouldn't have a fucking clue.
right.
You would be like, oh my God, she's so gorgeous.
Well, whoever
You
has
wouldn't
a clue.
even think that she gets drunk and she puts on a hoodie and ties it on as tight as she can and starts fighting with a 6'3" nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
right.
you wouldn't think that,
Right, but it happens.
but it happens.
It happens. You know, and for example, like I talked to someone as well about this, and they said whenever they were with Cassie, she would be trying to convince them to talk to Diddy for them to get married, because Diddy didn't want to marry her. You know what I mean? But she wanted to be married. She was like, yo, talk to Diddy, yo, like how, like, ask me to marry him, because I want to do it. Like, I'm tired of just dating him. Like, I want to be married. You know what I'm saying? So, so there's dimensions to this.
Right.
There's a lot of dimensions to this shit. But ultimately, we don't know what's happening
It's 10
right
years
now.
of a relationship, but
It's
I
a
was
10
never
year.
there. I
Yeah,
was-
none of us
None of us.
were
Nobody
there.
None of us was there.
We hear stories, we hear this, and there was probably some abuse, and it probably was both ways, and there was a lot of sexual shit, and it was probably both ways, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she was a young girl at the time. Maybe she liked having young, you know, ripped dudes fucking her as opposed to Diddy. You know, maybe he liked to watch that. You know what I mean? But, you know, when it comes out in a lawsuit, I was forced to have sex with male prostitutes. We don't know what really happened.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it seems like when the feds go and raid multiple homes and they come in with guns and they're seizing property, they already have a bunch of shit lined up. I don't think they're just shooting in the air hoping they'll hit something. I think they have a whole bunch of stuff. She's cooperating. Like I said, that NDA is going to get thrown out the window when it comes to a criminal case. You know, there's the Lil Rod lawsuit. A lot of it sounds like fabrication, but there might be some truth in this. Because
What would you say makes it sound like fabrication the most?
Well, I read through the whole lawsuit. Lil Rod was a producer that worked with Diddy on an album, produced some songs.
Pause at his name, by the way. Pause.
Lil Rod?
Yeah.
No
pause.
Diddy?
Pause.
You know,
Oh, for the love of God.
I mean, according to Cassie, Diddy was into big rods, so maybe, you know what I mean? You know, I don't know what he's doing with Lil Rod, you know? But, you know, Lil Rod said that Diddy promised that if he, worked on his album, he would give him his $20 million Miami mansion. Like, who's believing that shit? Who's believing that shit?
Yeah, like who's?
That's what he's fucking saying, bro.
Yes, he's not saying it. It's written in the lawsuit. Really? Okay, I didn't know that. But there's some ridiculous stuff in there. He said that Diddy continuously tried to grab his anus. Diddy walk around naked and shower in front of him, and
How much of this stuff just sounds like someone being vengeful?
a lot of it sounds like it, but there might be some truth sprinkled in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There might be, and you can't say that. And there was a whole part about how Diddy and his son shot a man in the bathroom of a studio, and then put him outside and made it look like a drive-by. And there's actually pictures in the bathroom with blood in the bathroom. And then there's an article about the actual shooting that happened at that same studio. Who knows? Who knows? Some of it, I'm sure a lot of it is fabrication, but there might be some tidbits, and all you need is a few tidbits to really get indicted. And if you really think about it, right? R. Kelly did not go to prison for underage girls. He went to prison for sex trafficking. And if you fly a girl out for the purpose of sex, that technically is sex trafficking.
Run for it, guys! They're coming for it! Yo, son.
All right, show's over. All right.
Yo, son. Damn, bro, you can't even rendezvous no more.
But and that's the thing. Like, where is the line between sex trafficking and dating?
Okay.
Don't do it to me.
Now, everything Vlad was talking about earlier makes sense. The gray area.
The gray area.
You can just go home. You can just leave. You can just turn around and leave it alone. All of that makes sense in this context.
Find yourself a girl and love that bitch, That's it.
Yeah.
So
stick to Uber.
R. Kelly.
I love y'all.
In an Uber, don't do it.
Give me a call. Don't call him first. All right? Call him first.
R. Kelly's in prison right now because of sex trafficking.
Now and
that's what I believe they're trying to get Diddy on.
But damn, if you fly a chick out,
And she's with it.
it's sex trafficking now?
It could be. If you put in coercion and you put in threats and you...
So you got to hold hands on Instagram just to make sure that you covered?
That's not enough. That's not enough.
My girl for today.
There's
not
a lot,
enough.
man.
That's not enough.
There's a lot.
Crazy.
And the civil lawsuit is one thing.
Damn.
That's a real
but a
gray
criminal-
area,
It's
bro.
a real gray.
That's very
Because when you
gray,
look
bro.
at that name, you think, oh, you done got a 14-year-old in junior high and you chained her to a fucking...
Yeah.
You put her in a box and you shipped her...
Yeah.
And you put her in a fucking basement
You
somewhere.
had a
and
family
you're
at
just-
gunpoint.
Yeah,
that's the
going
image
across the
of
That's
board.
sex
the image.
trafficking.
That's the image
But that's not
that
the
you
charge.
think in your head, but it's actually a lot more broad. It's almost like a RICO.
I
You see what I'm saying? Where it's very gray area where you don't really know,
The media
and
is-
you could get hemmed up over some shit that you
I
thought
flew
it was
out.
cool.
You didn't know you were breaking the law.
I flew out. The head was good. I hit her off to go shopping.
Yeah.
Now I'm a criminal.
Like for example,
That's crazy.
for example, right? For
That's
example, I just had Gilbert Arenas on my show, right?
Right.
And in the same lawsuit, 50 Cent's baby mother, Daphne Joy, was referred to as a sex worker, right? And 50's having a fucking field day with this shit.
Yeah.
Fucking field day,
Right.
right? And Gilbert said something interesting. He goes, well, how is she going to prove she's not a sex worker? Let's say she had sex with Diddy and he gave her money. From the outside, that looks like sex work, right?
Oh, that's crazy.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
You had sex with him. You guys aren't married. You guys aren't in a relationship. And he's constantly giving you money and there's sex involved in some way. Maybe it's sex with you or maybe you're bringing in girls. You know what I mean?
Sex work.
There's girls that'll bring in other girls.
Yeah.
This is just a reality of life.
Here's the worst part. It doesn't have
They
to
are
be
the
ca-
Jews.
And now,
They are
that's
the jewels of
technically
this planet.
a
a
sex
charge.
worker.
Yeah, that's a charge.
That's a sex worker. That's
You're sex trafficking.
You're sex trafficking. Oh, yo, I know a girl. They'll come in. Yo, she wants to fuck you. Just give her.
Again,
I don't
it's
know
a
why they-
gray
That's now
area.
sex trafficking.
It's a gray area.
It's all gray area.
I took a chick out on a date. We chilling. Went back to the crib. Had some drinks. You know, whatever happened, happened. And a week later, she's like, yo, you gonna pay me for that night? I'm like, what the fuck?
Excuse me?
Exactly.
Right.
I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
You heard, man. You heard.
bitch, yeah, but this is what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, I know you.
I don't want to repeat
You told me about your mother and how you grew up and all of that. And I shared things with you. Like, how did this become a transaction?
Yeah.
It's scary out here, bro.
Because there's
Yeah.
no statute of limit.
It's
Doesn't even
scary.
have to be bread.
Yeah.
What if you gave her a purse?
I think she just needed. She just needed some money.
He just had a flashback. I said, what if you give her a purse? He went, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, the feds are looking at all these civil cases and they're picking out things that potentially could turn into superseding indictments. In the same way that a state case could become a federal case, a civil case could become a federal case. And at the end of the day, you know, law enforcement, they all clout chase the same way everyone else does. Like,
They
you
want to
know,
land
like,
a big
Yeah.
fish.
yo, like, yes, you would like to think that the police department are going to treat every criminal case equally, but that's not the case. Because, you know, I have police officer security that I use, and they tell me that, yo, if there's things that are on the front page of the newspaper, the chief of police will prioritize those things. That's just how life works.
Right.
You could say that's not fair, but that's just life.
They need votes.
That's just life. And people are like, yo,
You know what I mean?
you know,
That's
if
the main story.
there's a
Gotta take care
guy
of the main
running
story.
around killing or raping in New York City and the police aren't catching him, there's a lot of pressure by the people
Gotta
for them
catch
to
him.
prioritize that particular case. There could be 10 other people that are doing things that are way worse, but they got to prioritize this because there's a public outcry. And, you know, I mean, what was it? The chief of police isn't that a position that you have to actually get voted in
I think
for?
that's the sheriff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was the sheriff. I don't think the chief of police. I think they promote from inside the ranks for the chief. Or
District
the
attorney,
mayor
though.
does.
District attorney.
District attorney.
District attorney. And
Yeah.
district attorney ultimately decides who they want to prosecute.
voted in
So
by
there
the-
you go.
yeah.
So the district
Yeah.
attorney needs to get voted back in. And if he's constantly fucking up all these cases, all these high profile, he could say, but look at all these cases that we solved. But all the high profile shit is still open.
In the public's mind.
He's
it's
not
like-
going to get reelected.
Right.
Same thing. This is the same mentality that happens in the feds. The same happens in the state. Everything else like that. Everyone wants the high profile shit. You're seeing this with the YSL case with Fonnie Willis. You know, she used the YSL case to go after Trump. You know, if she loses the YSL case and loses the Trump case, she's probably not going to get reelected. If she wins both those cases, she's almost assuredly going to get reelected.
Or go to a higher position.
Or go to a higher,
Higher
or become
position.
a district attorney in,
Right.
you know, for the federal government. You
So
see what I'm saying?
That's her shot.
Yeah, I mean, if Trump gets elected, she probably won't get that. But
Sex-
I'm saying, like,
Sex trafficking is the same thing as prostitution, right?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
no.
it is. It's the same thing as pimping. That is the charge that
pimping
they
is,
get pimps
pimping
now.
is
Sex trafficking.
human trafficking.
What?
Yeah.
Right.
Pimping is human trafficking.
Human trafficking. Yeah.
When you're moving people across state lines,
it's sex trafficking. Human
human
trafficking.
trafficking.
No, I remember I
Moving them-
interviewed.
So if I
Across
tell a
state
chick,
lines.
meet me in Miami on Friday, we're going to spend a weekend together.
And I'm going to give you this much money to come out and have sex with me, then you're sex trafficking.
So what is pornography?
Pornography is a little bit different. I'm paying you to have sex with this particular person,
On
and you're
camera.
on camera, and you're agreeing to this, and you're signing a contract,
So you need-
and you're not
So
being
you
compelled.
just got to start a
you
porn
need-
company and you can do what you
yeah,
want.
I mean, you could find all types of loopholes in this shit. But at the end of the day,
I just got to do this. I'm sorry, baby.
you know, but look, you know, Ron Jeremy's in prison right now for rape. You know,
Ron Jeremy in
Ron
prison.
Jeremy in
Ron
prison.
Jeremy's
What the
in jail
fuck?
for rape?
Yeah,
first the Fat Boys break up.
yeah. Then Ron Jeremy gets locked up.
I'm kidding. That's not
Yeah. So
crazy.
there's a lot. I mean, I remember Sugar Free, right? The rapper who's always had the pimp persona,
thing, yeah.
who's actually was pimping for a long time.
Who's a beast, by the way?
On the mic.
Rhyme-wise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beast.
Yes. And I asked him. I said, "When did you decide to stop pimping?" He said, "When they changed the term to human trafficking." I said, I was done. He said, that term just sounds too scary. He said,
Yeah.
I'm good. Pimping people,
Right.
you know, it's romanticized.
You-
Shorty the pimp.
you-
You know, people.
She chooses
Right.
you.
Yeah.
Donald
She picked
Goines.
you.
Yeah,
She picked
yeah.
you.
But
Donald
human,
Goines.
but
They
human
do.
trafficking, there's nothing cool about that word.
It
Yeah, it sounds like
you're
you
It sounds
kidnapping
scary.
kids.
And he said, I was done.
That's what it does. I think
He
the
said, I was done.
Media use that word sex trafficking too loosely, man. They got people's heads mixed up, and they don't even know what the real meaning is, man.
Trafficking, period, sounds
yeah,
super.
trafficking. Yeah. When you think trafficking, I'm thinking drugs.
Yeah.
I think when I hear trafficking, I think what you do with drugs, you do with people. So
Yeah.
putting them in a box, putting them in cover them with a tarp, get them from point A to point B,
Right.
in the basement of a boat or something. Like,
They got a
Top
bag
on the
over their head.
Yeah,
They can't see where they going.
Don't worry where you're going.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no chick showing up to my house like that. I'm
She
just letting you know.
she signed up to take like a training course somewhere. Next thing you know, she's handcuffed and they gotta that's what it looks like. Like you fell for the okie doke and now you're in another country and the only way to get back home is to turn these tricks.
Yeah.
Right.
It sounds like that.
That's what they're charging.
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
they're charging Andrew Tate with that type of shit.
Right,
You know,
right. He had
Say
the
these
whole,
women were forced to do these
TikToks and shit.
sexual.
No, he had
like,
he had
you know,
a
house filled with women.
a web. He had a webcam. He had web
webcam
girls,
thing,
like
yeah,
webcam.
exactly.
And they were forced?
No, they're saying
That's what
that.
they're saying. That's what he's being charged with. You don't know what the actual.
We weren't there.
We weren't there.
Right.
Bro, all right, so let me get this straight.
Yeah.
In the era of female rappers dominating.
How did we get here?
No, because I'm showing you the setup. I'm showing you the
It's
setup.
gonna be a great setup.
I'm showing you the setup.
It's gonna be great.
Right? Okay.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
All right. Yo, let's kind of tune out the lyricism. Let's take the intelligence out of rap music. All right, let's put all these guys that's hooked on drugs, let's put them in place. All right, all these guys are emotional and they're fucking committing suicide. What's the closest thing to that? Hey, let's get some chicks in here. Now there's 1 million women rapping about being prostitutes.
Oh, having
They're every other line is he flew me out, he paid for this, he did it. If you want this pussy, you gotta buy this, you gotta do that.
But that's always happened.
Now you change the culture.
You're welcome.
That's always happened.
But you change the culture of interaction. I've actually had women. I'm like, yo, what's up? You trying to hang out tonight? She's like, Poppy, I want to do everything. I want to talk about going on vacations. I want to go shopping and I'm like, whoa, bitch, block. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is their culture now. This is what they believe. I'm supposed to respond to a man that's willing to pay for this, pay for this, pay for this, pay for this. Then you do that. If you comply. And you're like, you know what? Yo, that shit was kind of lit.
Trafficking.
Yo,
Trafficking.
boom, boom,
Finish. Trafficking.
boom.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, as soon as you tell her, yo, I ain't gonna lie, that was the best. Sex traffic.
No. As soon as you say, here's a purse, I appreciate the
And
time.
it's not the one you wanted
Or,
to have.
and it's not the one
yo,
It's not the one
you
she
kept
wanted?
talking about your light bill. I got you.
Trafficking.
So now y'all know why I can't spend no money on y'all. It's just, there it is.
That's not
Super
why.
gray area.
There it
bro.
is.
Super
It
gray.
is,
It's
man.
scary,
I gotta
though.
find some
But
single
think
women.
about it. But females have always been talking that shit. Little Kim was talking it. Foxy Brown was talking it.
But there weren't 50 of them talking that.
We have variety. There was way more variety.
We have
In
now,
the time of Little Kim and Foxy, we had Rod Digger. Here comes Lauryn Hill. We had women who were rapping.
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey.
know what I'm
Eve always
saying?
rapped that ass off.
So you're saying there's no conscious female rappers
there
anymore?
are. They're not getting the
They
same.
are.
They're
They're just
putting
not getting the same
kind of level.
attention.
Rhapsody.
Is one.
Yeah.
But I come on here. I come on here and name tons of women.
Yo, by the way, I just want to take a second and say, yo, Janelle Monáe is bad as fuck.
And we're off to a different. We've gone a different way. That didn't take long at all.
She's not into men though, so you know it is what it
Oh,
is.
she got a man?
No,
She's not into men.
Oh, she's not
Pull
into
that.
men?
Yeah, she's lesbian.
She's not into men?
No, she's always
I
been
don't believe
lesbian.
that shit.
What
I
the
don't believe that
fuck?
shit. No, I don't.
I mean, you
I
cannot
don't.
believe it, but she's
I
always said it.
met lesbian women
Later on
who
in
give
life.
that off,
Later on in life.
and then,
All right. Well, right now,
you know,
right now in life,
it changes.
Yeah,
they
maybe.
start being curious. And
Yeah.
they're like, well, you know, hit it one time, you see what's up. You know what I'm saying? That happens.
Yeah.
So I don't believe it.
Shout back
They,
out
they
to
might not
Rhapsody.
like male personalities, but if you're like using a strap or something, no, but you're still attracted to men. Sorry, it's still it's still there.
I don't know.
Sure, whatever you need, whatever you need to tell
Just
yourself.
saying.
Yeah, but no, man, it's a dicey situation. If I was Diddy right now, and I had my passport still, I would go to a country with no extradition, and say fuck it. And the fact that because it was announced because it was the biggest. He took second mortgages out on his homes. He had like $100 million.
$100 million, yeah.
So clearly he's gearing up for something, whether that's for his defense or whether he's planning on saying. Because think about it, if Diddy went to Russia, that's it. You'll never get him back.
Right.
You think Putin gonna give Diddy back to America? Edward Snowden is over there, and he's like leaked all types of secrets and everything else like that.
Right.
You know, Steven Seagal's over there, and he had all types of sex charges, rape charges against him, and everything. He's living in Russia, chilling.
Damn.
So if Puffy takes his $100 million, hits up some people that know Putin and say, "Listen, I'm going to buy a mansion. I'm going to break you off some money. I know that y'all ain't going to cooperate with the U.S. to give me back.
I don't want to be bothered.
I don't want to, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just going to live out the rest of my 20, 30 years on this
Quietly
earth.
rich.
Quietly rich.
And I need people
That's
to
what I
know.
would've done.
I need
That's what I
people
would
to
do.
know, like,
Well, you fit in Russia way better than he does.
But no. But
Well, if he has his passport, it's not too late.
we have a TV image of Russia. There's actually many black people out there.
Not really.
No, there's a
Russian,
whole
bro.
area dedicated
I
to
still live in Russia.
He's Russian.
Right, that's what I'm
He's
saying.
Russian,
But
right?
there's a whole area.
There are like African
No.
exchange students that go to the universities and stuff like that, but there's not a big black community.
But there's people that's been living there for like a good amount of time.
Yeah, there
that
are,
came
but it's
up
a
with
very-
it.
They're sprinkled, bro. Is what he's saying.
1% maybe, 0.5% maybe. It's not like
We just
America.
need a hood. That's it. We just need a hood. That's all we need.
Yeah. But
You
yeah,
know
no,
what I'm
I mean,
saying?
but then again, listen, as soon as Diddy gets to the airport, the feds might swoop in and hit him with the
Assuming he
indictment
still
right
has
then
his
and there.
passport. I don't think they would leave him with that.
No, he has
What do
his
you mean?
passport.
You think he still has?
He
his passport?
hasn't been charged with
Yeah, he hasn't
anything.
charged
He has his passport.
Okay, fair enough. I think if you
This is
raided
crazy.
Dude's house, you take his passport.
Yeah, I figured that. Once they raided you, they take.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
No. They can't take your passport until they indict you.
Fair enough. Okay, I didn't know.
A
that.
raid is just a raid.
I got you.
People have raids and come up with nothing, and then you go on with your life.
This
You
ain't
never
gonna
get
be
charged.
right now. Then
You think that there's a pattern with Diddy, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby?
when that Epstein list came out, shit went crazy.
Yeah. But I haven't heard shit.
I
Since-
think
haven't
a
heard
lot of it.
nothing
I
either,
think
but-
that there's a pattern of a high level of publicity, and especially when there are high profile lawsuits, there's high profile documentaries. You can't say that R. Kelly didn't go to prison because of surviving R. Kelly. You just can't say it.
You can't
because
but it's
he
not an
beat
official
that
charge.
He beat the loss. He beat the underage charges back in, was it 2006?
I was about to say, yeah.
2006. He went to trial, and the girl in the tape said, "That's not me." And ultimately, he was found not guilty, and he had hit. That's when Ignition came out, and Step in the Name of Love, and he was living his best life, and he was partying, and he was touring, and he was coming out with albums, and he was writing for other artists, and life was great. And then Surviving R. Kelly came out, and it was the biggest thing ever at that time, and then suddenly, within a few months, the charges started to come down.
I want to make a point to say, I argue,
And I heard they're doing everyone's fighting to do the first Diddy documentary.
which is crazy.
It's gonna be nasty.
I want to say,
It's gonna be nasty work.
Yeah.
for the people on Twitter who, when I declined speaking on this topic without sufficient information, they said that I was trying to defend something. What you guys don't understand is for any successful black man, this is like a warning sign. This is like yo, be careful out there. And for all you guys, everybody in the hip hop community who's jumping all over this shit, speculating I'm seeing blogs going up every day with misinformation, shit that's no place else. Everybody's trying to be first with the weirdest story that they can come up with. My fear for speaking on something that I know nothing about and that a man hasn't been charged with is that one day you motherfuckers might try to do this shit to me.
Where that's the internet era for you, bro.
And that scares the fuck out of me.
That's the first jury we go through.
That you motherfuckers will decide
Court of
on
public opinion.
who's guilty and who's not before everything is laid on the table. And that is disturbing. It's disturbing. If you truly look at certain people as, okay, this person is a great musician, love them for that. But let's stop trying to, have this fucking witch hunt. Every time a successful black man is accused of something or whatever, let's wait. Just wait until there's actually a fucking conviction before you motherfuckers start dragging the nigga.
Or at least until you hear the evidence.
It's fucking scary for the rest of us. We're scared of our own people at this point. Like, what are you motherfuckers gonna sit back and be like, you know what? Mav got a good podcast. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I think that nigga's this. And then the story just spreads and you guys just keep running it. What the fuck? Turn that shit off just for a second. Turn it off just for a second.
Yeah, I mean, Puff might not be charged. You don't know. They may go through all the evidence. They may have not found anything in the house. Yep. Once they really kind of press down on the witnesses, they may realize that these aren't witnesses you could put on the stand. Right. And think about it. Like, my guess is that 100 million he is building a dream team of lawyers right now. Too. Like, if you ever watched the documentary about O.J. Simpson, like, he literally, because he had money but not enough money to really do the type of defense he had. So he would sit there, and in his jail cell every day he would just sign footballs. He would be selling signed footballs, right? And then he realized, okay, I can't sign as many footballs because they're so big. He would get deflated footballs, so they could just stack them up to the ceiling. And then they would inflate. And then he would just sign deflated footballs and then inflate them and then sell them. And that's how he was making the money for his defense. And each of these footballs might be $1,000.
This is the different occasion. Diddy actually
has the money. Right. Diddy has money. He just sold Revolt. So I think he's preparing for the defense. And once you prepare and once you get that dream team of lawyers and investigators and private eyes and experts and blah, blah, and you start digging into the stories of all these people, you start realizing that if you put them on the stand, you're going to start tearing these people apart. Oh, well, you claim that he raped you, but here's 50 other occasions. Here's all the Instagram posts that you've deleted. Here's all the times here's all the text messages. Let me bring in 5 boyfriends. You know what I mean? Because remember the Kobe case, right? Remember the Kobe case? Yep, Kobe had that money. He went and found she had sex with like 3 other guys that day, and they couldn't tell whose sperm was what. Yeah. They went and found so many people to start basically making her seem like an uncredible witness to the point where they ultimately just dropped the case. Right. You see what I'm saying? You don't think Diddy gonna do that? Every single person that's gonna be against him, there's going to be a world of evidence where this person is gonna look like they're full of shit.
That was all at them fucking parties, bro.
They were all at these parties.
That was all at
they're gonna bring in the friends of all these people. They're gonna get on the stand and say, no, she told me, they had consensual sex, but she was going to be a millionaire. She's already picking out her fucking Bugatti, with the money. We went Bugatti shopping last week. She's like, yeah, as soon as Diddy, you know what I mean? Like there's going to be a lot of that. Right. But that's going to take money. And unlike an R. Kelly, who ultimately the money had ran out by the time he was, being charged with all these different cases in all these different counties. Right. He couldn't even get by. No, Puffy got hundreds of millions, and he's going to use it because there's nothing more important than his freedom.
Mm-hmm. And I heard from an inside source that Kanye was close to the edge also. But he got a good team of people to find his money. But had he not done that, he might have been under the bus right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
No, it's not. It's what it is. You can do anything you want in this country
It's
if you can pay for it.
crazy, bro.
No, seriously, bro.
You can commit any crime you want in this country. If you can
long
pay
as you
for
can
it, you
pay
can
for
do
it,
whatever
bro.
you want. You just have to pay for it, and it costs.
Well,
Most people don't know who to pay.
Look at Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. You just got it. You just got to be able
And
to pay for it.
look at Epstein. And I interviewed his lawyer, Alan Dershowitz, and I said, and this is the guy who got him off. Well, didn't get him off, but he got him a slap on the wrist for the underage shit before, right? And I said, do you think that Epstein was killed because he was going to expose a bunch of people? He goes, honestly, no, I don't think so. What I do think, knowing Epstein in the way that I do, I think that after living the type of lifestyle that he's been living for so long, the opulence, the private jets, the private islands, the restaurants, the women, the whatever else, he could not get his head around being in a jail cell for the rest of his life.
Right.
He just felt like it'd be better to check out. And he may have paid somebody to look the other way so he could do it.
Right.
That's
But-
what you think?
That's what he said.
Oh, that's what he
That's
said.
what he said. And he, unlike the rest of us, he actually knows or knew Epstein. We're just talking.
Right.
He actually represented him.
Right.
And had to have long, serious conversations with him. And he said Epstein was mad at him because he thought he should have gotten even less time. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he said he could not get his head around being in prison for the rest of his
Wearing
life.
gray, just walking around, small cell. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. If guys are, if the people that they speculate about are actually guilty of some of the outrageous things that people are saying, then they deserve what they get.
Yeah.
But if they're not, just a slight case. If they're not, let's just stop with the witch hunt.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, from my point of view, from everything I've seen, I have yet to hear anything criminal that Diddy has done.
Right.
Is Diddy gay?
It's a lot of Playboy
Right.
shit.
There are a lot of rumors.
Right. There's rumors, there's speculations. Is Diddy gay? Maybe, but it's not illegal to be gay.
Right.
Right.
Did Diddy have sex parties? Maybe, but it's not illegal to have sex parties.
Yeah.
Especially if everybody showed up knowing what kind of party.
Right.
They didn't take a plane to the
Hey,
party.
you could have left.
Yeah. I remember this big one of my big clips with Boosie, because we were talking about how Columbus Short, because there's always the pylon, and Columbus Short was saying, and Diddy called me at 2 a.m. and said, wanted me to come to his room. I'm like, okay, cool, who's over there? No, it's just me. And my wife looking at me crazy. I was gonna go over there. And I'm thinking if Diddy called me at 2 a.m. to go to his room for a business meeting, I would go. Well, what is he gonna do, rape me? I don't, what I mean?
Yeah.
What's he gonna do to me?
You know what I'm saying?
The fuck is he gonna do to me?
Put him up, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And, if that actually happened, then I would call the police.
I heard he got hands.
I would press
I
charges.
heard he got hands, though. I heard he got hands. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you got a
I heard
door.
you,
Like,
Yeah, I know, right?
I know, right?
I'm gonna walk in, and the $5 guy's gonna hold me down. He's gonna pull my pants down and rape me. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm his type. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's much prettier men that he'd want to have sex with than me. You know what I'm saying? So I would absolutely go to Diddy's room at 2 a.m. Now I understand why a woman wouldn't want to do that, because a woman could get
Totally
overpowered.
yeah.
But a man, I would go to any. If Jay-Z called y'all at 2 a.m. and said, listen, I got a business idea. Come to my room right now. Who, y'all gonna say no? Oh, he might rape me. I'm gonna wait until business hours.
No.
Well, that next day he may have a different idea and he'll go with someone else.
Right.
So, Vlad gay. He wants to be raped by Diddy. No, I would go to a fucking business
Did
meeting.
Boosie actually say that he would pull up?
I forgot what Boosie said. But I remember Ari Spears said he wouldn't do it. You can call me during business hours. I said,
Ari Spears, he kind of looked like the type that would get overpowered.
You saw his video?
Didn't he have that whole uncle
Yeah,
molested
he looks
thing?
like,
You saw his video?
shout out to
it
Aries,
wouldn't
man.
take too
That's
much.
my man. Shout out
You know
to
what I mean?
Aries.
Like,
he did a lot. He
All
did a
I'm
lot.
saying is,
Bring your punk ass over.
all I'm saying is a pylon happened. When I heard this Columbus Short
Yeah,
story,
you don't look like you gonna put up.
I just thought it was ridiculous.
Fuck you talking to me.
That is ridiculous.
Because Diddy actually does produce films and TV shows and has a long history of success with it.
Right.
And maybe, and you know, when it comes to genius, you can't say Diddy's not genius. You know, because I remember when I did Pierce Morgan and Mark Curry was on the show with me.
Right.
They're like, oh, and Pierce like, you know, how talented is Diddy? Mark Curry's, oh, about a 6. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. Diddy's talent is not a 6. You can't be that successful for this many decades
Right.
and not have talent.
Right.
An eye for talent, an eye for perfection. Ultimately, he's the one who finally says, Biggie, your album's done, we're putting it out.
Right.
These are the beats we're doing, these are the singles, and look what happened every time. These are the,
Look.
he's had too much success and too many hit TV shows, hit albums, like you know, multiple artists that came in, not legacy artists, brand new artists that no one's ever heard about that he's made into superstars. From Mace to Total to 112 to Biggie to French Montana. Well, French Montana was on his way already, but still under Diddy he thrived.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Pause.
he is talented. He is talented, and genius doesn't have a 9 to 5 fucking schedule. You get inspired at 2 a.m. and you say, hey, come over, I want to talk to you about this idea. And if you're too busy, there's 2 other people that I'm going to call.
4 o'clock,
Let's go come
4
over.
a.m. is the creative hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, I remember seeing an interview with Exhibit saying the reason why him and Dr. Dre had such a long, successful relationship is that whenever Dre would call him, he would go. 2 a.m., 4 a.m., Saturday, Sunday, with kids, with a woman, in bed, asleep. Dre called me, I'm there.
Right.
So Dre knew that he could depend on this guy. Kobe was the same way. Kobe would call
to the
people
gym
in
whenever.
the middle of the night and say, yo, come to the gym with me. And the dudes that would say no, he'd get him kicked off the team.
I think the only difference between
Passing you the ball.
Dre, Kobe, and Diddy is that just awkward moment with Fabulous on Drink Champs. That's probably the only difference. That was a little awkward.
What
you
did
know what I
Fabulous
mean?
say?
Nah, it just, have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
It was just a little awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like, it made you feel like, yo, what's going on right here? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's the only thing that I'll say is the difference.
that.
Well, no, I
Like,
remember
if you-
seeing 50 Cent say that, you know, Diddy was like, yeah, man, I'm going to take you shopping. Take me shopping? I'm a bad bitch or something?
Yeah. He was like, what you say? He said, nigga, what you say to me? Nigga, what you say?
Yeah, no, I told this story on Drink Champs. Like, I remember my Diddy story was I was at the club. This was years ago. This was maybe about 2005, 2006. This was before Vlad TV. And remember, there's a clothing company called Stall and Dean. And they had these throwback
company.
jerseys of like, you know, like black football teams that weren't around anymore. And there's one team called the Brown Bombers. I remember my man Rikers, who worked there, he gave me this Brown Bombers.
Shout out to Rikers. Good
Remember
dude.
Rikers?
Yeah,
Remember
he's still around.
Yeah,
Shout out to Rikers.
still around. Good dude, right? He used to always just give me fresh gear, right? I remember he gave me this Brown Bombers jacket with the matching hoodie, with the matching beanie, I mean. And I'm like, oh, yo, I'm fresh. Like, and I go to the club, and then this dude walks up to me. He's like, hey, man, what's up? You know, I work for Diddy. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, man, he likes that jacket you wearing. He wants to buy it off you. And I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, like I'm not gonna take my jacket off. It's cold out. Like I'm not gonna sell the clothes off my back to another man. It's just weird.
That sounds like a booking story. When you go into the bookings, you got a nice jacket, and niggas like, yo, let me buy that off.
See
you.
that.
Let me try it on. Let me see.
I
But
mean,
ultimately, you never get paid for it. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Like,
no, and ultimately, he didn't say, where'd you get that jacket? Can you link me up? And ultimately, he ended up, I remember Rikers hit me the next day. He's like, oh, I told him the story. He's like, yeah, Diddy actually hit me up. Diddy's people hit me up, and I got him the jacket. So he actually did get the
So
jacket.
he wanted the jacket. Yeah.
Right.
He wanted the jacket.
Yeah.
He just wanted me to take it off and give it to him.
He wanted it now.
He wanted it
yeah,
now.
now, right.
And that to me was just a little weird.
No, you know what that is, bro? That's rich people, bro. That's what it is.
It's rich people, but it's also, I feel, disrespectful. It's like you don't have respect for this other man and you want him to take his jacket off because you're going to flash some money in his face.
That's rich
and I was
people-
broke at the time.
You know what it is? That's the rich people disconnection that they have with reality, bro. With us broke people at the
No,
time.
No, and I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm
Hold
dead
on,
serious,
hold on,
bro.
No, I'm
Diddy
gonna
ain't
chime
been
in on
rich his
this.
whole life.
No.
Remember that. He ain't been rich his whole life.
True.
He ain't been
Number
rich his
one.
whole life.
All right.
But I will say this. The type of people that present themselves to you, once they know you got a bag,
Yeah.
it's easy to think that that's a pattern, a popular pattern. When people are in front of you and they're like, you know, it's whatever, you start to think that everybody might be down with the same program.
Yeah.
So
What
he
he's-
might have bought 5 jackets off of 5 other dudes and thought, yeah, this happens.
I don't
so
see-
he might give me a hit. You know what I mean?
I'm this person. I'm famous.
What he's telling
Right.
you, what he's telling you is what he would do if he were you. That's why he's making the offer, because he doesn't see it as disrespect. I would do that if I was him.
Right.
I got a jacket. This dude wants to give me a gang of money, more than it's worth. I know what I can do with that money. Take the jacket.
Yeah, I
Give me the bread.
I would have given him the bread.
Here,
man.
what? I didn't even pay for this.
Yeah, it was free.
Here, and give me 3 times what it's
Yeah,
worth.
that could probably go
so
get
you can wear it right now.
another free one tomorrow.
Right, you go get another video
I'll get
tomorrow.
another one.
You should have
get
gave it to
four
him.
more. You know,
He felt disrespected.
I just feel like
He felt disrespected.
like before anything else, I'm a man.
You're not gonna tell me to take my
And,
clothes
and
off.
I'm not going to let another man tell me to take my clothes off.
well, he
Even if
was.
there's money
He wasn't
involved.
telling you. He was.
He was
offering you.
asking,
He-
but
yes.
I'm not going to take my clothes off for another man for some money.
I think
I can
if there's
I
a
feel, I
level
feel
of
like a stripper. You know what I mean?
There it
I'm
is.
getting paid to take my clothes off.
Yo, they
That's
be
just
like,
how I
yo,
felt in the moment,
yo, that
and I
hoodie's
still
fire.
feel that way today.
I love that hoodie, bro. I'm gonna give you $1 million. Take it off, yo.
pause. That
Sorry.
just sounds crazy.
No
It
Diddy.
sounds crazy.
Yeah, man. Listen,
Two things. One, I don't give a fuck. 2, the respect of someone that I don't have any respect for is a non-factor. How much? Put the money on it. Let me see. Take it. I don't give a fuck. Like give Brett. I got 1,000 hoodies.
I don't have
It
a
sounds
million.
like
I don't need
you want to
this
see the
one.
rest of them? You want to see the rest of them? We can double up on it. We can double up on this. You know what I'm
see the
saying?
At the
hoodie?
same time, I'm not knocking. I understand.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
get
Like,
it,
no,
I
I'm
get
not.
it.
I'm just not doing that. That's a principle.
Yeah.
And you can't put a price tag on principle.
Exactly.
I completely dig that. What I say is respect is subjective. For everybody, I've heard millions of people say, "Yo, that's you disrespecting me." And meanwhile, I was like, "No, that's not. I wasn't even
not-
thinking like
right,
that when I said
right.
I apologize, but that's not what I was doing. That's not what my head was. But what you're telling me is how you think.
Right.
You're telling me how you would see that as disrespectful if it happened to you.
But don't you think that if you had respect for other people, that you would send your man over and say, hey, listen, bro, I work for Diddy. He really likes that jacket. Can you let us know where you got it so we can go get it?
Not
ourselves?
if I not.
And I would have given them Riker's phone
not
number.
if I wanted
I would
it
have
right
linked them
this
up.
second. Not
Right.
if I wanted
Facts.
it right this second.
Facts. Oh, that should go perfect with these J's.
You want to know where the respect is, Vlad?
I didn't like this jacket that the stylist sent me. This shit trash.
Yeah, I want that.
Yo,
right
that
now.
one right there. Can you go get that?
I can't even imagine. Like, I don't buy used clothes. Like, I wouldn't even want someone's smelly ass
No,
jacket.
Vlad,
that I
If
would
you're,
wear.
if you're in the
respect-
entertainment
yeah,
industry
the
for
respect-
years,
the respect for
bro.
you came from not having somebody walk over and take it from you. He could have given him less. It just had you.
You could have got robbed.
Like, and that would have been free. Yo, get that jacket. We'll talk record deal tomorrow. You got get that jacket right there. We'll talk record deal tomorrow. Somebody walks over, beats you up, throws you in the bathroom, takes. The respect was how much you want for it.
Right.
right.
You dig what I mean?
Right. And I remember when I said no, he said, all right, man, well, Diddy just wants you to know that you're the flyest dude in here. And then that was the end of that. I didn't say that part of stuff.
Vlad, no, clap, motherfuckers.
Wait, what are we clapping for?
What the fuck? Vlad was the flyest nigga there.
What club was it? What club was it? What
This
club
is
was it?
before the money. This is before the money.
I don't remember.
It was a club.
It was a club. Let's go.
The fucking club.
I'm clapping for Rikers. Shout out to Rikers. Running around getting everybody
This is a
fresh
true
back
story. I mean, if you look at all the
believe it.
details, I'm telling you all the details of it.
That
you
nigga
can ask
Diddy was like-
Rikers knows the
there.
story.
No, Rikers
I'm
was
not
the
gonna have that
lead
story.
man back then.
Right.
He was the guy.
Like all the pieces fit together in
Yeah,
the story.
right.
I'm not making this up. You can bring Rikers in here and he can tell the exact same story because I told him the next day. Because Diddy actually showed up, Diddy's people showed up the next day and got that jacket.
I'm texting Rikers.
That's dope.
Yeah, go ahead, tell him.
No, I'm just shout him
dope.
out. I believe you.
Yeah,
I
go
believe you
ahead,
completely
tell
because I
him.
remember when everybody was like on Rikers' line trying to.
Yeah.
When he had Starlin Dean on Smash.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was
yeah.
that
was
guy.
it.
He was
I
like
could
Jacob
imagine.
for clothes.
Yeah.
I could
he was,
imagine
he
when
was.
you left the club, he was there like, we need to find that jacket.
Word.
Yeah, man, listen. It was just, I guess, like, I guess there is a certain disconnect when you have a certain amount of money and you feel you can just have whatever you want, wherever you want it.
Look how they came at J-Lo.
What do you mean?
She was sitting down in her documentary talking about, yeah, I'm a girl from the Bronx. You might messed up hair. I had a sandwich and I drank an orange juice. If you know, you know.
A quart of water or something.
A quart of
like that.
water. She
Water,
said
yeah.
something.
A juicy juice. Something.
Right.
See,
People
I
were like,
remember.
nobody drank that back in the days. What are you talking about? Like, her disconnect from being in the Bronx to being this rich girl in LA is like so
But
far-fetched, bro.
meanwhile, yeah, they did drink that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
did.
meanwhile, they
Quart-
did drink that. But
Yeah.
people's like, I guess this day and age, yo, they're like, whatever they see, that's what it is.
They kind
No,
of put
no
they
proof,
have
evidence, nothing.
they have this false image, and for the most part, no offense, but most people, a lot of people are losers.
Why'd you say no offense?
No, I'm saying no offense because I don't, you know, my definition of loser and everybody else's definition might be different. If you gave up on your dreams, you stopped chasing your goals, you became a conformant to some mundane routine that makes somebody else rich. I mean, these are choices that sometimes we have to make, but there's always that, well, I wanted to be this.
Yeah.
And once you stop saying it's possible for me to be this, then you're kind of stuck in this place where you feel detached from the successful. So now you look at the successful like, well, I couldn't have made it there. You must have made it there some fucked up way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You must have
sucked dick.
sucked mad dicks.
Yeah.
You must have, you know what I mean? You must have killed somebody. You must have robbed mad people.
Joined
you must
the
have
Illuminati.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sacrifice your mom.
Yeah.
Sacrifice your mom, all types of shit.
And I didn't do that shit. That's why I'm broke. But I'm okay with that.
I would have did that. I would have did that shit.
Imagine loving your mother so much and losing her, and then seeing 100,000 comments about you sacrificed her.
Yeah.
But those comments are coming from the losers.
You know what really cracks me up about
get
that?
it.
Those same people will sit there, and when somebody in their life, God forbid, passes away, they'll sit there and say, I got an angel looking over me now. I got a guardian angel looking over.
Right.
But somebody dies in my life and I blow up. It couldn't have been because of my guardian angel. I sacrificed them.
Sacrifice.
Couldn't be that somebody's blessing me and really
You ate
looking out.
a chicken's wrist or something.
You know,
The chicken
a lot of people a lot of people come up with these scenarios in their mind on why you made it and I didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This guy's all over. This guy's making up stories about me pulling up looking for him, and I was involved with this person, and I got this STD and all type. All because they can't just say to themselves, I didn't work as hard as he did. I wasn't as talented as he was. I didn't like really go gun ho in one direction. I was too busy chasing a chick that was too busy hollering at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, people do that. And it's sad. It's sad. Like,
Yeah. I remember I was talking to somebody the other day, and they're telling me about this person they know that has a fake, like a burner account, like a burner Twitter account. And all they would do is basically at celebrities and say just the most horrible
things that they can.
hideous shit they did. And when they asked, they're like, why do you do that? And they said, well, because my life sucks and it kind of makes me feel good to just trash people sometimes. It actually brings a little bit of joy to my life. You know, especially if they answer.
Was Space Ghost?
No, I don't.
Oh,
No.
sounds like Space Ghost.
So Space Ghost? I've
Yeah.
heard of Space Ghost. I'm not quite sure who he is.
Oh, he used to work here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's the type of
But
guy
that's Space Ghost Perk.
just trashes all
No, not
successful
Space Ghost
people.
Perk, that's the rapper.
No.
Okay. Okay, that's what I
No,
thought.
no.
Yeah.
He's actually famous
Yeah.
for something, for
something.
talent.
Yeah.
But not this other guy. No.
Okay, yeah.
He's, yeah.
Yeah, man, listen, I can't, I've never had
I'm
a
sorry,
burner
man.
account.
I'm
I
sorry.
didn't say that.
I've never had a burner account, and I've always felt like one of the worst things to happen to social media was people having anonymous accounts.
You know what? I had a burner
Damn.
account.
Yeah?
but it was called Math Hoffa's burner.
Right.
Because I still wanted you to know, it's me, motherfucker. I'm the one saying this shit.
I feel like, okay, like, ever since there was social media, I mean, from the MySpace days, I was already a public figure as DJ Vlad since the MySpace days. So I've never been anonymous. I've always been public. So I know that everything I post, there's repercussions for it. But you have an army of people that there's no repercussions. I've always said, I've even added Elon Musk and I said, listen, I think that every person with a Twitter account needs to submit a license, needs to have their real name and their real face. Yeah. So when they say the fucked up shit, they will lose their job, they will get arrested, they will, you know what I mean? They will fuck up their relationships and so forth. And I got an army of people, because I had Elon Musk and it went into the algorithm, they're like, what about the people that are protesting the government who are scared for their safety? And I'm like, that's like 0.1%. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Yes, that does exist, and those people should be protected, but 99.99% of people just want to trash people.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
That's who the majority of the burner accounts do. All the hives, all the Nicki Minaj fans, the Beyoncé fans, the Michael Jackson fans. And I've had all these, you know, huge fan bases go against me at certain times based on things that I've said or interviews that I've done. And it's always funny to me because it's like, what y'all ain't gonna do shit. You know, y'all just gonna talk your shit. I'll block the people that go overboard.
Fuck you, Goku. You ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah, exactly. Just gonna block them and keep it moving. But like, the fact that they could say, I hope your kids die in a fucking fire, you know, and some disturbing, disgusting
that would
shit
like run you off of the I gotta put this down.
If you actually put a face, you know, like I remember Nicki, like she had some Cardi B fan like swat her house, and she actually put the girl's picture up and was like, "This is the girl," and she was like crazy, looking all types of rings on her face and whatever else. Like, this is the person who swatted my house. And it's like, we need to see more of that shit. You know? Put the motherfuckers who are saying and doing the fucked up shit, put them up there. Or let them get arrested. Let them get kicked, you know, fired from their Chipotle job.
Or at
you
least,
know what I mean? Like,
or at least show us what profiles are connected to the same IP address.
That too.
He was like, because I know it didn't come from you.
Because sometimes I'll delete a comment and it'll come right back under another profile. And I'll delete it and it'll come right back.
Well, sometimes I think these days when you
and
block,
I'm like, damn, what kind of loser are you? Like,
they also got bots.
Yeah, too. Yeah,
also that.
Shit ton of bots.
But I've always had to stand behind every single word I've ever said. You know, and I've made mistakes sometimes. I've had to come back and circle back and say, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I was misinformed and I made a mistake.
What were the incidents that you had to say, my bad?
I remember I was originally I said, you know, when it comes to reparations, I think that they should be given in the form of free college education. And a lot of people got on me for that. And then I'm like, well, I just don't think the government has the money to do that. And then COVID came and I saw the billions of dollars that were given out. And I said, you know something? I was wrong.
Right.
Actually, reparations should come in the form of cash. And I made a mistake.
Right.
My bad. And I feel like I'd rather apologize for my mistakes rather than never grow. You know what I'm saying? And I felt in that instance, I grew. And I made and I publicly said it in multiple interviews. Like me and Delia Hughley had a conversation about this. Millions of people tuned in and watched. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've made mistakes and I've had to come back and circle back. I mean, at the end of the day.
I apologize about the mega shit. Because we didn't believe a word.
The shooting shit,
until
it all came out.
Phone call. A recorded phone call was damning.
Yeah.
And you try to make sense of that. To try to make sense of that,
there was no sense to be made.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. So.
Yeah, but I've always been saying that about, I predicted that Tory was going to go to prison a year and a half before he got convicted.
How did you know?
Because it was just
clear. See, this is why they be saying you the feds, Vlad.
Because it was just clear. It was so clear. It was so clear from all the evidence. And I wasn't a Tory. I wasn't blinded by being a fan of Tory. Like, I wasn't really listening to his music. I was just looking at what was out there. A girl got shot. The girl who got shot is saying who shot her.
Man. When
You
he
know?
dropped that, we was at the gas station all night. We was at the gas station all night. I was like, yeah, this nigga's innocent, man. Praise to the Most High. Praise to the Most. But
Yeah, man.
you know,
I'm looking at all the evidence. I'm looking at the victim. You know, in the words of Tony Yayo, Yayo had never heard of anyone shooting somebody, the victim surviving and willing to take the stand, and them actually going to court. They always take plea deals in situations like this. When the victim is willing to take the stand against you, you have no chance of winning.
right.
But Tory got it in his head that he was going to win. That he felt his God was going to protect him and, you know, no harm would come to him. He was, remember, the day before the verdict, he said, I'm going to show y'all how powerful my God is.
Yeah, I remember that.
In those words, he said, I'm going to show y'all how powerful my God is, and all y'all going to have to eat your words. Guilty.
And that didn't age
Unanimously, the whole fucking jury.
well. That didn't age well.
That didn't age well. That did, and I remember when I said it in my interviews, Tory DM'd me. Man, what do you know? I said, what I know is what's out there. Oh, you the feds. Fuck you. I'm like, all right.
You the feds? Fuck you.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go harder now. I'm going to go harder now. You think you're scaring me? Which a little 4'2" ass.
Speaking of scaring you,
yeah.
I saw you address this situation.
Okay.
You went on China Mac's live stream.
Yes.
For what reason? Who the fuck knows?
Okay.
But you went on China Mac's live stream.
Yeah.
And he attempted to pull a prank
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
And that prank was the result of you guys ending your friendship.
Well, we ended our business relationship.
Business relationship.
I don't have anything against China Mac. And
Right.
if he hit me, I mean, we actually posted up some of his stuff afterwards, so I don't have animosity
Right.
towards him, but it ended our business relationship.
Why?
Okay. So I was the first person to put China Mac on the internet.
Right.
His first ever interview was on Vlad TV. He had just got out of prison over the shooting of Jin's friend, and he came in and told the story, and that went viral.
That was the way he approached
He approached-
Jin,
Yeah.
and said he didn't like the way he was representing Asians.
A situation happened and
it got
someone got
crazy.
shot. He
Right.
ended up shooting somebody, and the guy ended up, I think, in a wheelchair or something. And he went to prison for that. He got out, and someone I know reached out to me, hey, this guy China Mac just got out of prison. He wants to interview. He's willing to talk about the details of all this thing because he had already done the time for it. I said, okay, cool. Like Jin was a prominent hip hop figure at one point, and yeah, this is a real story. This is what we do.
Right.
We did the interview. The interview did really well. Some time passed. And I remember I hit him up. I said, hey, do you want to do another interview? Do you want to talk about like the Chinese mafia shit, which was something that never really got covered in the hip hop world very much? He's like, yeah, I'm willing to talk about that. Did another interview. The interview did well as well. Then he became a regular guest, and I was even paying as regular guests. You get
So
paid.
when he talked about the Chinese mafia shit,
Yeah.
was he divulging the way that the organized criminal organization?
Well, he was
Did their
talking
business?
about his
His
crew.
interaction, right?
You know what I mean? I forgot which was the Flying Dragons, the Green Dragons. I forgot which one it was.
Right.
But he was part of a crew, and like his dad was part of a opposite crew, but he ended up cooperating. So he joined a crew that was enemies with his dad's crew because of what his dad did and everything else like that. It's a pretty deep story.
Yeah, that sounds like a
It's a movie.
dope kung fu flick.
It's a movie. Yeah,
Right.
it's an ill movie, and he had an interesting perspective and everything else like that. And over time, we kind of developed, a friendship and a business relationship. I remember he asked me to come on his show when there was a podcast he was doing in Queens. And my thing, like to me, I'm always annoyed when you see these like big interviewers who get all these guests, but you never see them on other people's shows.
Right.
And I've always been the opposite of that. If you do my show and you have a podcast, I will come on your show, if you ask me, as you could see. We're now, you, academics, Charlemagne.
By the way, who's the first battle rapper that you ever put on Vlad TV?
Was it you?
Of course it was.
He's dying to say that
Of course
shit.
it
He's
was.
dying to say that.
Right. So over time, me and China Mac had developed a relationship, a friendship, a business relationship. Like I said, he would come on my show and I would pay him an appearance fee as a regular guest, like I do with all my other regular guests.
Right.
So I put money in his pocket. I helped build his audience, whatever else, right? So I'd done a show once and it was cool. Like, you know, I think that show got scrapped, whatever. He had asked me to do his show, a different show that he was doing. It was a live stream show. So, you know, when I do podcasts, other people's shows, I often bring my own security. Like right now, there's security with me.
Because of the relationship.
But, you know, because of the relationship, I called him, I said, well, yo, should I bring security? He's like, no, don't bother. It's just gonna be us. It's just gonna be us two. And it's a live stream, there's not gonna be anyone else there. Just come and do it.
Right.
You don't need to bring security.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I believe you. So I showed up solo to do his show, and we're doing the live stream. And I'd never really done a live stream before. So as we're doing the show, and we're getting kind of towards the end of it,
Right.
two guys burst into the room, right? And they're arguing. And during the argument, one of the dudes says, I'm gonna go get my gun.
And he walks past you.
Well, he was like sort of like kind of behind the room, but you could hear him. He's like, yo, fuck you, blah, blah. Yo, I'm gonna get my gun. And I'm like, shit. Like I might be in the middle of a shootout. And I had pepper spray on me. So if you look at the video, I zipped out my pocket.
Yo, Vlad goes like this. She's like,
and you see my hand go in my pocket.
I'm like, Vlad got the gas, son.
I didn't have a gun.
I thought he had the burner on him. I was like,
have a
Vlad was like, yeah, play if you want, nigga.
I didn't have a gun, but I had pepper spray on me.
Right.
Right.
Extra
and,
spicy.
And things are getting heated, whatever else. And then it turns out to be a prank.
Right. He throws the confetti in the air.
Confetti in the air. It's a prank.
And you're sitting there looking very awkward because you're like,
well, you know, you don't know how you're going to react in a situation like that.
yeah,
right?
this is silly.
I could have ran out scared.
Right.
I could have pepper sprayed one of the dudes and then possibly gotten sued.
I think you should have pepper sprayed China Man.
I could have pepper sprayed China Man. Like, I don't know what would have happened.
Everybody.
I don't know what would have happened.
Just get the closest guy.
Get the closest.
I have pepper spray on me, right? So, and the problem is that this is on live.
Right. So
Right.
everybody's watching.
You can't act.
You
the way-
can't
act
say,
a certain way.
you know, listen, I've had lots of interviews where I'd be like, you know, I remember I did Breakfast Club, there was a certain set of questions they asked me and I said, take that part out because this is gonna cause some problems down the line. Like, cool, we got you. People do that to me. They do an interview, they say, hey, listen, when you ask me about this, can you take that out?
Right.
I got you. You know, especially if it's not out yet, no problem. But when it's live, you can't do that. You're in a vulnerable.
It's there. Someone is recording.
You're in a vulnerable position because let me tell you, as this was happening, the videos are now being uploaded to YouTube of the situation as it's happening.
Facts. You got guys like Chick Smooth who will record everything live.
Yeah.
And just
So it's being
run with the
recorded, it's
weirdest
being
topic he
re-uploaded
can.
as we speak.
right.
Luckily, I managed to keep my composure and I ended up looking okay in it. I didn't run, like I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to possibly do something, but let's see how this plays out, you know, but who knows? Like if he had approached me, I could have possibly done something.
Right.
And then
If
I
he
could have
was coming back through the room, you
possibly
might
gotten
have-
sued by the guy.
How?
Right.
Or,
How would you get sued? You didn't know. It was. You didn't know it
man,
was a
people
prank.
sue for anything.
That doesn't
People
mean
sue
you
for
won't sue.
anything.
People sue for,
Right.
let's say he had eye, let's say I permanently fucked up his eye.
Right.
He's blind in one eye.
Yo, you should have known. It's a goofy ass show.
Yeah. Now,
You know,
now.
Still gotta. He may not win, but he can still sue.
he could win.
Right.
He may not win.
You never know.
Still
Like,
never know.
or I could have grabbed a fucking item and fucking bashed a dude in the face. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen, but like he's talking about guns are in the fucking building.
I saw you saying,
Because I said turn the shit off. Like,
Yeah, cut the stream,
I
cut
said
the stream.
cut the stream.
like,
Like,
what the fuck are we still
like,
recording?
why
this
are we
for?
still recording right now? It ends up being a prank.
Right.
Right.
He throws the confetti.
it's a joke,
Vlad. I thought you was
And
pussy.
then, you know, afterwards, I was sort of like, I'm a little shaken up by the whole thing. We go and have dinner, and I'm like, you know, I looked okay in this, whatever. But then, the more I thought about it, I'm like,
You thought I was pussy, nigga.
it wasn't so much that you thought I was pussy. It was really more like you put me in an awkward position.
And you're a CEO.
And I'm a CEO, and I've been looking out for you, and I've been doing only positive things for you.
Right.
I've never done this to you on any level. All I've done is promote you, put you
in the best light.
in the best light. Now I remember he did an interview about this. He said, "Well, you know, Vlad sometimes asks uncomfortable questions," and I remember he said he put up a title about Dave East, and when I was around Dave East, it was uncomfortable for me. So I felt like, you know, let's put him in an uncomfortable position and see what happens. But my whole thing is like, number one, these are pre-recorded interviews. You could have always asked me to take it out. If you saw a title that ever made you feel uncomfortable, you could have reached out to me and asked me to change the title. I don't have that option when it's a live fucking stream.
Right.
You're putting, and I would never put you in a position where there's guns, where there's the threat of guns around.
Right.
There's a big difference between asking someone a question they may or may not want to answer as opposed to saying, I got a gun around and it might go off.
Right.
You might get shot in the head.
You got to make it back to your family.
I got to make it back. So that was his, you know, justification for doing it. And I basically said, because I kind of stopped talking to him for a while, and he's like, yo, bro, are we okay? And I'm like, well, not really. And I laid out basically what I just said.
Right.
I said this, and then when I did No Jumper, he asked me the same question. I said almost word for word what I told China Mac in a text message. So China Mac, he wasn't surprised by my response. It was the same response. And I basically was like, we don't have beef, we're not enemies. I still wish you the best. I just don't feel comfortable bringing you on my show because I don't think that you would have done this to someone of a certain stature.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I would have done that to you.
But here's my issue with you.
Okay.
I'll let you know that Mac was calling me Vlad Hoffa.
Okay.
In my mind, I'm like, well, that's not really an insult. Business-wise, he got this shit cornered. So why are you calling me Vlad Hoffa? What kind of insult are you trying to, you know what I mean? And of course, that if you follow that line, it leads to some sort of hidden animosity or issue that he has with you that he's not voicing.
When you told me that, I'm like, well, I don't particularly see that as a direct insult.
But he's saying
and that's
your math is Vlad Hoffa.
My relationship. Yeah.
Hoffa.
No, I understand, but when you told me that, I felt like
nigga, I want 4 million subscribers. What the fuck is you talking about?
5 million.
5.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Look
Ooh,
it up.
yeah. Right.
But my thing is like, if I'm cool with someone and I'm cool with another person, if they have problems with each other, that's kind of their.
Yeah, you step out.
You know what I mean? It's like,
I get it.
Yeah, I'm cool with you. I'm cool with China Mac. I'm not trying to get in the middle of whatever.
But when this person
you guys
is
have.
using your name as an insult towards me, I felt like, Vlad, why'd you go on that live stream, bro?
Well, because of our history.
Yeah.
Because of our history. And like I said, I didn't think that something like that was going to happen. And it wasn't a beef. It wasn't a whatever. I just felt like me bringing you back on the show would feel inauthentic.
I just feel like goofy shit is goofy shit all the way around.
You know, and he apologized to me. He said, you know something, I didn't really think it all the way through. I'm
sure he didn't.
He said, I was just trying to do something different.
And go viral.
I was trying to go viral. I didn't think it was a big deal.
Be careful out there.
You know, and you know, I'm sorry.
All you guys with your viral aspirations, be careful out there. Think about what good quality of you are you compromising so that you can get a bunch of people to click on the video.
You know, it's like,
say that.
I remember interviewing Shaka Senghor.
Mm-hmm.
Shaka, I believe he grew up in Detroit. It's been a while since this interview.
Yeah.
He got
Shout
shot.
to Shaka. Shout
he
out
got
to
shot at a drug spot. And the trauma, you know, of course, being a poor kid from the hood, you're not going to therapy. You know, they patch you up, throw you back in the same environment, right? So now he's carrying a gun everywhere. because he doesn't want to get shot again,
Right.
and he's still selling drugs, and he gets into a situation. He's selling drugs to some people that he don't know, and one of the guys is acting erratic, and he thinks he has a gun. He pulls out a gun and kills him. He goes to prison,
Right.
right? And later on, he writes a book about it. He gets out. Oprah has him on her show, and his life turns around. Now he's a successful author, and he's dealing with a lot of interesting people, whatever else. But I always remember that whole situation of he got shot, so he's gonna pull out prematurely, and potentially do something If
That's
I had-
90% of the shootings.
It's 90%. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Let's just say I got shot and I never told anybody. You know what I mean? And I'm hearing someone got a gun in the other room, and I didn't have pepper spray. I had a pistol. I'm gonna just.
You go into survival mode.
I go into survival mode. I've had a home invasion happen to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand what it's like to think that you might die. And I just think if you want to do a prank, that's cool. Do a prank, do something funny, do something silly, whatever else. But you had someone say they had a gun.
Right.
And that's the part he glosses over. He's like, oh, he made me feel uncomfortable with the title. I never brought a potential gun
Right.
into a situation with you. Because when you talk about guns, these aren't toys.
Somebody
The purpose
could
of
die.
a gun is to kill somebody.
Right.
And you put me in a situation that's streaming live to people who are recording, and you put a gun
In the
in the room with me, essentially. You brought an argument with a gun, and when a gun goes off, God knows where the fuck the bullets go.
Right.
How often do we hear stories of little girls who get shot in the head because someone was shooting in the other room?
All types of stupid shit.
You know what I'm saying? And that to me was sort of the foul part of the story, was you could have done so many things. You could have had a person, whatever, but you had a dude come in there and say, I'm gonna go get my gun. And you could hear it. You could hear it in the video. I'm not making this part
He wanted
up.
to make you look pussy.
And I did look pussy. I kept my composure, right?
Vlad was like, cut it off.
I kept my composure. I put my hands in my pockets, and I'm like,
Cut it off. Cut it off.
I'm gonna have to potentially fight my way out of this situation.
I'm a
You know what I'm
blind this
saying?
nigga and I'm heading for the back door. Cut it off.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing. Is it's like you're playing around with the concept of guns and putting a person in a position that they might get shot. It's no longer a prank at that point.
This is what I'm saying.
It's now putting a person of actual danger, and I don't think that's funny. I don't think it's a joke.
We talked about the guy that did the prank in the mall and got shot, right? There's a guy he did some robbery prank,
Yeah.
and he ran up on the wrong white boy. White
Oh,
boy was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, nah, that's not happening to me.
Homeboy
Pop,
had
pop, pop.
PTSD.
Hit him. It's just a prank. It's just a prank. Don't be fooled, y'all. There's all these prank channels. 9 times out of 10, everybody's in on it,
Right.
Yeah.
and they're just
10
acting
out
out
of 10.
something
Yeah.
to make you.
I was not in on this.
Yeah,
I was not in on this.
that was not a good one,
I was not in
and that's
on
why
this.
it was not a good one.
Yeah,
It
I was
just
not in on this.
He popped the confetti. He was like, "Okay, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
it was, and that's the whole thing. If you take the gun out of the equation, I probably would have laughed it off. But
Right.
in retrospect, when I started thinking that, there's someone talking about a fucking gun is in the room,
and I might not make it back
And
to
I
my
might not-
kids,
I might
and
not-
you told
I might
me not
not
to
make
bring
it.
security.
you told me, and you did it on purpose. And I'm like, okay, you did this on purpose.
Purpose, yeah.
Because if my security was there, the whole prank would have been off. Because one of your guys could have gotten shot for real.
Right.
Because my security's armed.
Right.
And I would tell him, don't ever put me in a position where there's a gun around and not shoot that fucking gun. When I saw that shit with Adam, remember when that guy put the gun in Adam's head during the live stream?
Yeah, I saw
and his
that.
security didn't shoot the guy? And
It took mad long for that.
Adam
for him
fired
to
the
step in.
security. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck kind of security you got?
Yeah,
That security
crazy.
should have shot that dude in the fucking head.
Right.
You got a gun to your head. What the fuck am I hiring you for? You got a gun to your fucking head. It
Right.
ended up being a fake gun, but who the fuck knows?
Right.
That was a justified shooting.
Right.
So yeah, man,
That's crazy.
that's the part that rubbed me the wrong way. And he tried to compare it as a title about Dave East. And I'm just like, it's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's just simply not the same. And that's your justification of it. We're just not on the same page.
Do you feel like we're entering an era where people are just, you know, we have these platforms, they're monetizable by clicks. You think that some people are just erasing their integrity and becoming the goofiest version of themselves so that they can get a click?
I mean, 100%. I mean, that's undeniable because for the first time in history, because of these algorithms, I mean, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, you could have someone with 100 followers that could put up something that's really outrageous and they'll get 1 million likes by the
And it
next
doesn't
day.
have to be truthful.
It doesn't have to be truthful, but that's never happened before in the history of the world.
Right.
If you had something that you wanted to get a lot of eyeballs on, you have to go to a major media outlet. They have to put it, produce it, put it out,
Right.
take their limited amount of time and devote it to that. A random person can't just go viral 20 years ago, but now someone can. So with that, this is what comes with, the Chicago drill of like, okay, I'm gonna smoke on your dead homie. No one was doing that in hip hop.
Yeah.
Tupac said, I fucked your bitch, but he didn't say, fuck your dead mother.
Right.
I'm smoking your dead mother right now. Like, the level of disrespect. I saw some video of a dude that was at a graveyard literally digging up someone's grave. Like literally with a shovel with dirt flying in the air. I don't know if it was real or not.
Those guys never last long.
Right. Well, no. Look at Chief Keef's career. Chief Keef was the one that was talking about smoking on Tuka, and look at him. He's the biggest thing.
Chief Keef is the luckiest one. But however,
there's so many dudes out of Chicago, Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many guys because they know that's the type of shit. A lot of
those guys,
FBG Duck got killed right after he put out Dead Bitches. You see what I'm saying? There's so many of them.
That's why I say Chief Keef is the lucky one, because a lot of these guys that do that,
die.
A week later, you hear about them.
Some do, some don't. Look at how many dead people Lil Durk has talked about over the years. He's still doing fucking arenas. He said that he stopped now, but look at how many he's already done over the years.
Right.
It's not a shot at Durk.
I can appreciate the growth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But some people don't forgive you for that shit.
Then there's that.
Yeah.
Their friend is still dead.
I'll be honest.
You have a song with 5 million streams talking about him, making fun of it. So yeah, you have to raise the bar, and people have to do more and more outrageous shit because you're competing with people that are doing the same type of outrageous shit. I'm not with it. Like I have my niche and I have my following and I do what I do, and I haven't really deviated too far from that in terms of my principles. If you look at Vlad TV over the last 5-10 years, it's not that much different. We haven't gone outrageous. We don't do pranks.
You stopped doing porn actors.
We did, but that was just part of the growth. You know what I'm saying? It was just like we wanted to be. We didn't want to be known for that. Pigeonholed into that. And people like Adam came in and did it way better than me anyways, because he actually was doing porn himself.
Right.
And people like him picked up the slack and did it better than me.
You're more vocal now than you have been in recent years.
That's true.
That's true. The whole, I hope I'm not wrong here. Didn't you shout out Drake and
Khaled?
Yeah, that was you, right? Mm-hmm. For not speaking on the whole. Yeah, that was.
And then shortly afterwards, Drake made a statement.
Mm-hmm. I actually defended you.
I'm not speaking on what?
Palestine. In that case.
Oh.
Because one's Palestinian
and
one claims Jewish. And,
yeah, I did.
And my whole thing was, you should say something. And I went on the Breakfast Club and I said, and I'm Jewish myself, and I've been to Israel and Palestine, and I said that both parties are wrong.
Right.
Hamas is wrong for an attack that killed over 1,000 people and the kidnappings, and Israel is wrong with the retaliation that's killing innocent people. Both parties are wrong. And to this day, Khaled hasn't said anything. And he's the one that bragged about being the son of a Palestinian shoemaker. That was his platform. But he hasn't said a single thing about Palestine. I guess he's worried he might fuck up his Nike deal.
No, I don't think that's it. We can't speculate. at this point.
Has he said anything?
We can't speculate.
He's the
on
most
why,
popular
though.
Palestinian on the planet,
We
essentially.
still can't speculate on why he hasn't said
Okay,
anything.
but I can still say,
That he
why aren't you
hasn't
saying
said-
anything?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's my opinion.
When babies
And I
are
stand on
dying,
it.
I do feel like there should be a voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, adults, they get older, they can make their own decisions.
Yeah.
You know, it's survival of the fittest out here. And sometimes intelligence is what's going to take you to the next level. And
Yeah.
some people lack that and they get left on the wayside. But when babies are dying,
Yeah.
I think there should be a worldwide outcry like, stop.
And there is.
There is.
There
Yeah.
is.
There is.
And
Nobody
I
hearing
think
shit,
that, you know, I think Biden that's going to hurt his chances of reelection because of the way that
fact
this
that
is,
he's- how
the
he's
fact that
handling
he's really hasn't really addressed this in a way. You know what I mean? And I'm Jewish. I've been saying I'm Jewish. Like, but it doesn't mean that I like Netanyahu. It doesn't mean that I support Israeli, you know, political decisions.
Doesn't mean you're a Zionist.
Doesn't mean I'm a Zionist. Well, I mean, people like to kind of take that term and turn it into certain things. Zionist just means that Israel can exist. And I do feel that Israel can exist. Because some people, Hamas feels that Israel shouldn't exist.
Right.
It should feel that it should be obliterated. You know, Hamas feels that Israel is not an actual legitimate country and they will not talk to Israel at all. They have to talk to the actual government of Palestine. There has to be a middleman in this conversation because they feel that this is not a legitimate organization. They're just occupiers.
Right.
And they will never have a conversation with them until they're just gone.
Right.
And Zionism just feels that Israel should exist as a country and Israel's not going anywhere. You know, but over time, Zionist, you know, has turned into, like, that term has turned into something else. You see what I'm
Unfortunately,
saying?
this is something that is going to continue as long as people have a strong belief in their faith.
Right. Right.
Because
and I'm not religious.
Those borders are written in the Torah.
What's a 2,000-year-old conflict?
Yeah.
Because originally it was the Jews had Israel, and Jerusalem, and Palestine and stuff like that. And then at one point it was kind of cohabitated by both Palestinians and Jews. And then
Right.
after World War II, there was so much conflict that, you know, because it was a British colony, and they pretty much were just tired of dealing with it. So they pretty much just said, listen, whatever
It
y'all
goes
decide
back-
is on y'all. And
It
then
go-
the United Nations
It goes back
gave
even
to the
further
Jews
than
and-
that. It goes back to when Sumerians came in and they took the 10 tribes. It goes back to
Yeah.
the Roman occupation
Exactly.
of Judah.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's
Yeah,
just crazy.
and it's steeped in religion, and you're not going to, when it comes to religion, logic is thrown out the window. It's
Yeah.
faith.
Yeah,
It's
but
faith.
It's deeper. It's deeper than that.
There's no faith that should justify what's happening now.
No. You got to understand. And I know a lot of you, like, you're religious people, but you've never actually read this book.
If you're gonna bring up Old
If
Testament
you're
stuff,
gonna read the Bible, like really pick it up and see how much genocide is in that shit,
Old
how
Testament.
much murder,
Yeah.
how
Old
much
Testament.
like, they're just wiping. I'm gonna come to your land. God gave this to me, so you must die. You know what I'm saying? That
Testament.
is all throughout that book, and that's why they're
Yeah.
still fighting.
Yeah, man, I agree. And there's no good solution, and it saddens me to see.
well, the best solution
You know,
is
people-
stop
people-
shooting till we figure it out. We could
There's
do
no
that.
figuring it out.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's hostages.
Yeah, but
So
what
you should just ignore the hostages.
what were you doing to make them want to take hostages? Like I refuse to believe that these people just decided, one day we're just going to wild out
understand.
because
No,
everything was so great.
No, I understand.
Now we're just gonna go this
I
route.
understand. They essentially created, you know, Israel created essentially an open air prison where they cut off supply. After Hamas became the governing force of that area,
And that's where you. That's
that's
where you run
when
into the
Israel
conflict.
felt that it was now dangerous, and now they had to cut off supply lines and stuff like that. And you're creating a very bad situation that kept getting worse and worse and worse until you had the attack. So I get it. I understand Israel's place in this.
I'm
I
not,
get it.
this is not me trying to make you
No.
No,
I understand.
however-
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Israel had a role in what ultimately triggered that attack, but was murdering a whole bunch of kids at a concert and taking hostages, was that the proper
it's the
reply
same
to that?
shit. Look, it's the same.
See,
shit that
everyone's
goes
wrong.
on.
Well, no,
Everyone's wrong.
No, hold on. It's the same shit that goes on with the gangs out here. I could be the head of a gang, and I could tell everybody, listen, we're gonna chill. We're gonna stop tripping on those guys over there, or whatever. There could be one guy at the bottom level who says, nah, they killed my brother. I'm not letting it go.
Yeah.
And that would be the end of the truce.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's one thing if I have a personal grudge against this one person and fuck what you talking about, me and him gotta get busy. If I'm a gang leader, it's nothing for me to go, you know what? You're right. Which one of y'all killed his brother? Square up.
I think it's just too much history with
No.
these two
Well,
countries.
And it's
what
hot.
I'm seeing
And
here,
it's hot.
What I'm seeing here is
In the hood, summertime is the killing season. It's hot out this
you've been
bitch.
fucking with us
It's a
for
good enough
generations.
reason.
Wait, what was that?
You've been fucking with us for generations. Eventually, you're going to make me punch you in the face. You're going to make me do something to you.
You talking about
Because
these-
you
you talking
won't
about these
be-
two countries,
Talking
yeah?
about Hamas.
Hamas, right.
Like, and I don't support terrorism.
Right.
There's no people. Good chunk of the racism that happens in this country happens because white people are afraid that we're going to do to them what they did to
To
us.
us, you're right.
Right.
That we're going to pay them back for all the bullshit that they've been doing. And one of these days, we're going to flip and
gonna
burn
turn
the
it.
whole
Yeah.
fucking place
But-
down.
but
and
Mac-
hold on. And the worst part is they feel as if we'd be justified in doing it if we did it. Like the reason why they see it, why they're so afraid of it, because if they were us, they'd have did that.
But here's the
It's
thing,
a-
though, man.
all right,
Here's
all
the
right.
thing.
You create terrorists at a certain level. At a certain level, you create the hatred that makes somebody not care about your women, your children,
That's
your
part of
life,
it.
your property, your
But-
pursuit of happiness.
Mec, that's part of it. The other part is the people who actually believe that they're superior to everyone else.
Sure. But when the results don't change, the why is irrelevant. You dig what I mean?
The why, in this case,
when
the
the-
why is never irrelevant.
When the results
because
don't
it's
change,
a 2,000-year-old why.
the results don't change though.
Right, but
The results
right.
aren't changing. If I feel pushed in a corner, if I feel inmates try to escape, and most of them belong there. You dig what I mean? That doesn't stop them from trying to escape.
Right.
If I'm in an open air prison,
Right,
you control
right,
the borders.
Right, but
I can't leave.
Yeah, but it's a more complicated situation than what you're describing because, like I said earlier, there has been, and me and Alan Dershowitz, who's very pro-Israel, we've had conversations about this in our interviews. There has been multiple times where there's been compromises that have been brought to Hamas that said, listen, we'll give you this land, we'll unoccupy this, you could take this, we'll take this, you take this, you guys can have your own government, everything else like that. When you have a group like Hamas who says, we won't even talk to you, and any compromise gets thrown out the window because you're not even supposed to be here at all. We won't be happy until all of y'all are obliterated or moved somewhere else. We're not going to have this conversation. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We're not going, Hamas has never agreed to, they won't even have a conversation directly.
That's the talk I'm hearing from Israel now. That's the same kind of talk I'm hearing from Israel.
do you
Anytime I look at a clip, it's somebody saying, wipe them off the face of the earth, get rid of them, fuck their babies, fuck their children, fuck this, fuck that. Fuck
And they're
that.
wrong for that as well.
And they got weapons to do it.
And they got weapons to do it.
Big weapons.
Right, but it could have been stopped ahead of time if you had an organization, if you had a government that said, okay, look, because here's what happens when you look at the history of shit. Do you understand what the purpose of terrorism is? Right? Because I remember I went to Israel and I actually took classes about this. The purpose of terrorism is to stop the peace process. That's the actual purpose of terrorism. Terrorism always springs up when compromise is
being-
about to happen.
Right.
People are about to figure things out, and they're gonna. The mark of a good compromise is when everyone's unhappy.
Right.
Right? It's a great compromise when both people feel like they made a bad deal. right? When one person feels like they had a great deal and the other person has a bad deal, that's not a good compromise.
Right.
Everyone feels like they should have argued more, but ultimately this is the compromise, we're gonna live with it.
Right.
When compromise is about to happen and both parties are about to have a conversation and sit down at the table, someone blows up a bus and suddenly the talk stop.
Right.
Because everyone says, how can you talk to these people? They're animals, they blow up buses full of children.
Right.
Right? If you look at the history of Israel, the president of Israel, Rabin, who was the general of the Israeli army, for decades was at war with Yasser Arafat, who was the head of the PLO, the Palestinian Palestinian Liberation Organization. They had been fighting each other for decades, and hundreds, if not, no, thousands of people were dying on both sides. Bill Clinton got both of them to come to America, and on international television, he got them to shake hands.
Yes. Right.
This was a monumental event in the history of the Middle East. At no point, these are guys that have been killing each other, but they are now getting older. They are now in, I think, their 60s or 70s. They're like, our grandchildren are going to keep fighting the same war that we are. We need to finally figure it out with each other. They shook hands on international television, and the actual peace process was beginning. A Jewish kid, 20-something-year-old Jewish guy, who was extremely right-wing, got it into his head that he's not for this. He started going around with these super right-wing rabbis and said, there's this Jewish law that says if a Jew kills other Jews, he should be killed. So by this definition, shouldn't Rabin, the president of Israel, be killed? And the rabbis were like, well, yeah, I guess, by that law, I guess that's technically true. Rabin had a big peace rally. A Jewish guy from Israel popped him in the head and killed him. And you know what happened after that? The peace process stopped. Netanyahu came in, who was ultra right-wing, whose own brother was killed during the fighting with the PLO.
Yeah.
And from that point on, he said, I'm not compromising with these fucking people.
There it is.
And here we are today. The peace process was going to happen, and a terrorist from the Israeli side fucked it all up. When people think terrorists, they think that it's the Muslims. No. It goes both ways.
Right.
This is a clear example of an Israeli terrorist who fucked up the entire peace process, and decades later, we're still this. And Al Dershowitz was asked to represent this guy in court, and he said, no, I'm good. I'm not doing that. I'll do Epstein, but I'm not doing this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, when I found that out, I cracked up laughing.
Yeah,
for the
crazy.
Exact same reason. He's like,
crazy.
what? Who? Him? No. Homer Simpson into the bushes.
Yeah.
Right.
Just whoop.
Back
So,
with
and
that.
that's the whole history of it, man. It's a complicated, convoluted history with terrorists on both sides and a fucked up situation that in 2024 is still going. And you have innocent people on both sides. You still have hostages that are still sitting, that still have not been freed. You got innocent people who live in Palestine who are just trying to live a regular life, who are getting bombed. And it's fucked up. And you got Netanyahu, who's been fucking president for decades now. He's like the Putin of fucking Israel.
Yeah.
Who's not backing down, who has personal grudges, and he's fucking a lot of shit up. And that's why I'm saying there's problems on both sides.
Yeah. It's the same thing that goes on in the hood.
Yeah. It's problems on both sides, and I'm not taking one side over the other. I'm trying, and a lot of people have said, yo, Vlad is the only person that's actually brought some level of clarity and balance into this conversation. And I've done it on Breakfast Club. My tweet fucking went super viral, like 20 million impressions.
I just appreciate the fact that you're saying anything. Like whether I agree with you or not, I appreciate the fact.
And that's what I wanted Khaled to do.
Yeah, I got people on both sides. So
much like I appreciate J. Cole for actually saying something when it came to this whole beef between the big three. This guy actually did a song, whether you like it, love it, hate it, or indifferent.
He did a song.
He's saying.
He replied. They said something.
A song, like a whole, not a line.
Don't do that, bro.
No,
Don't do that, bro.
song. At least he said something. Shout out to J. Cole for at least saying something.
Shout out to J.
yeah, shout out to J. Cole, man. You know, rapping about rapping back.
You think Drake will respond?
Huh?
You think Drake will do something?
No.
I don't know.
Because back to back,
look.
Back to back has gone down as one of the.
No. But this is a different.
It was not against Kendrick.
It's a different situation. situation.
Drake been on the clock since 2013.
Now let's be
What are we
clear,
talking about?
because I tweeted K.10, and people were like, "Oh, you hating, you this, that, and the third." Okay, I'm a battle rapper. I understand this shit to a deeper level than the rest of you motherfuckers.
Than a casual observer.
So for everyone that was like, "Yo, how could you not respect J. Cole's response?" I said, "Okay, where does J. Cole's response rank on the top 10 disses?"
Not very
Ever.
high. Yeah, not very high.
So they're like, "Yo, but it's warning shots." I'm like, so let me get this straight. A motherfucker shoots at you, and then you say, "Pop, pop, back up." You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that?
I
I'ma reload.
didn't see first person shooter as a shot.
It was a sneaky subliminal.
Like that seems like a shot more at Drake than it did to J. Cole for me.
All right.
Seemed more like a shot. It
Yeah.
seemed like Cole was more collateral damage, but I'm aiming at him.
Right.
You just standing next to him.
But if you're gonna stand, no, because I believe when Kendrick said, "Okay, you co-signing this nigga, let's see if he's a problem." Oh, niggas clicking up.
Yeah.
Where's the strength at?
Yeah.
Right, and he said, "Fuck the big three, it's just big me."
Me, right?
Cole doesn't have a line that strong on that whole record.
And that's the issue. And I'm like, yo, how could you miss it, bro? You're quoting like Ether and Takeover.
Takeover.
Kung Fu Kenny shit is trash. Tabo Ho, try to work it out. Like, you know what I mean? You could have went so many ways with that shit. And no, none of it.
I don't think it's over though.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be
think
another
it's
record.
It's not over, but it's like, yo, bro, I'm not in, like.
It is-
Like,
it
I'm
is-
not interested no more.
It is 1-0 though.
Like what,
I agree with you.
what's
It's 1-0
happening
right
now? Like,
Yeah, it's 1-0.
what's happening?
Let's see what
What are we,
happens.
what are we doing?
If Kenny
whole-
don't respond,
Once
then
you
we have something to talk
once you
about.
go more than 16 bars into a diss, this is now your official attack.
Yeah.
16 bars, I can throw a shot at you. All right, cool. Oh shit, let's see what's gonna happen. K-Dot responded to first person shooter with that. Fuck the big threes, just big me. He said he walking like a steak, but he ain't Andre 3 Stacks. Like, I'm not worried about him. What he said, that I'm not worried about.
He's all
You know what I'm
dogs go to
saying?
heaven.
You said this nigga's a threat. Now y'all clicking up. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. I'm like, okay, and you did it on a fucking Future track, which is amazing.
Yeah, that was special.
Now the response comes out, but really, there's a response on a record with Daylight and Ab-Soul.
As well.
Daylight, as you know, he's a Top Dog affiliate,
Yeah, TDE affiliate.
and Ab-Soul's actually signed to him.
Yeah.
Black hippie. It's in the group.
So for J. Cole,
Not really. That group never came out.
It's still they call
I don't consider that a group.
no, let's be clear.
Right, yeah.
Let's be clear. How
You know,
long?
Murder Inc. was technically a group. You know, Jay-Z, Biggie.
How long ago?
And Ja Rule.
Oh, you mean that version? Right.
Yeah, no, there's a, yeah.
The
No,
original
Jay-Z, DMX.
Jay-Z,
Ja Rule.
DMX, and Ja Rule.
Ja Rule,
Right.
yeah.
Yes, it was called Murder Inc., but it never came out. So, it's not
Murder
really a
Inc.
group.
became.
How long ago did Daylight tell you that he had a track with J. Cole?
Man, I think it was like 2 years ago.
Didn't he say that when he was here?
2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago. I guarantee you that's not the same verse.
From Cole?
You
From
use,
Cole,
You
yeah.
use Future on Drake. I'm going to use these guys from TDE
Yeah.
to get at you.
Yeah.
That should have been a response right there. But this other record is like, all right, you're telling us how much respect you have for him after he said, fuck you. You're telling us you like to keep things positive, but you'll turn up if you need to. But where's the turn up? This is what I'm saying. I have an issue with rappers who rap about rap too much. Because then while you're rapping about how you're going to rap, you miss the target.
I think he's playing his cards right. We was talking about it earlier, right?
He's not. You want to know why?
He's playing chess, bro.
I'm going to tell you why. Jay-Z did a response to Ether. More than 16 bars. Count it. This is his official response. And they paired that to Ether. It was a fucking freestyle.
Super
was
ugly?
Super Ugly was a fucking freestyle. He rapped on Got Yourself a Gun. And then he rapped on Jay shit.
About 7-minute freestyle. His
Right.
manager saying that it was
But
a
then they
freestyle.
paired that up
To Nas and Jay-Z?
to Ether,
To Ether? Nah.
which was unfair.
It's not. How's
So
it
you went
unfair?
past 16 bars, nigga. We counting it
How's it unfair?
because Ether was a produced record,
So?
not a freestyle.
Freestyle only means he rapped over somebody else's beat. You put an original beat behind it, it's a
But
song.
it set
The
the
words are the
tone.
words. I actually agree with
understand.
Mecca on this.
Yeah.
But understand, it set the tone to if you're gonna respond, pull out the big guns, my nigga.
See, what I think is
Pull out the
here
big guns.
is There's
You
going to be
can't-
more than one
or-
back and forth.
Yeah,
I think there's going to be more
they're
than
gonna
one
have a
back
few
and
more
forth.
rounds, bro.
I think
It's gonna be 4
Kendrick's
rounds?
gonna do something. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's gonna be a
I'm
few.
It's
sorry.
going to be a couple.
We're about to see.
I'm sleep.
We're about to see.
I'm
certainly.
sleep, bro. I'm
right
sleep.
now, I'm just enjoying the popcorn and the snacks, and I'm just watching the show.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even really want to weigh in with an opinion. I ain't saying nothing else. I'm just,
Yeah, I'm watching too, man.
I don't know what you're watching.
this is awesome. This is
What's
awesome.
that?
We haven't
Three-
had that since Jay-Z and
three-
Nas, bro.
Y'all
Top
watching
tier-
Jehovah Witnesses knock at gang members' doors.
You
That's
just
what y'all
used-
watching.
You just used to play an
That's what y'all watching.
You
A
used to play
Jehovah's
an
Witness is
N1 ball.
knocking at the gang member's door like, hey, would you like a Bible?
You used to play an N1 ball, where it's, this is top,
Listen, man.
top tier, top level contact.
You saying and one ball.
Where
We
all
play
three
jail
of these
ball in
dudes-
the hood, bro.
Okay, they not in
It
the hood.
counts.
They not in the hood.
It counts.
These dudes is getting Spotify streams behind us. They not in the hood.
Oh my God.
And what I'm loving is the fact that for the first time in this era, 3 top tier, top level MCs in their prime are now battling it out to see who's the best, and money cannot come into it. It's all bars. It's all who writes the best
Yet
lyrics.
none of them are making some shit that you would put in the top 10 disses. That's my problem. That's my problem. That's my problem,
well,
bro.
I mean, the Kendrick shit, I think
You-
is kind of
K.10. That's why I put that
the
up there.
Kendrick
Okay, well,
shit
that
is sort of,
negates
yeah.
none of
K.
them. Like, we
Wonda.
don't get some good shit out of
it
it.
was just a line. It wasn't a whole song.
It was
his
no,
whole
it was
verse
on the
on
rip.
his whole verse was
the whole,
about it.
the whole verse was like,
was about him. Yeah.
all right, nigga. What y'all talking about?
All right.
Are y'all niggas together now? Okay, yeah. You sending shots at
J.
me?
Cole should have went a little stronger, but I see what he's doing though. Well, he showed me what.
I don't see what he's doing because
Because it hasn't been done. It's not
because
done yet.
and you know, no offense to Royce the 5'9", shout out to Royce. He is a fucking machine when it comes to this lyric shit. However, when it came time,
He disappointed you with the
you
way
had
they
2
said.
targets to hit, and you decided, no, I just wanna continue rapping, and I don't wanna hit these targets. I feel like J. Cole, we've never seen him in a situation where smoke, we just seen him get on other people's shit and smoke them. But here's the problem. You getting on these trap rappers shit, they talking about bricks. The brick don't hit back, my nigga. The brick don't hit back. So now you got a nigga that, oh, nah, I'm gonna hit y'all niggas. Oh, what? I think that was about me. I'm gonna say something back. And you're rapping about how I'm gonna rap back.
You're not
What the
wrong.
fuck?
You're not
What the
wrong.
fuck?
You're not wrong. I don't disagree.
I'm about to snap so crazy.
All I'll say
What the fuck?
is that none of those dudes who J. Cole to feature with are Kendrick. They're not Kendrick. That nigga's a one of one, and he's a different kind of problem, and he's an animal. So if you don't rush in to do whatever you're gonna do, I know when I'm getting ready for a fight. Okay, like it's not. It's more along the lines of, especially when, all right, he been trying, all right, okay.
No.
All right, test the distance, check the distance. All
Check
right,
the
let me
distance.
see. Let me see his speed.
Nigga, what? Hit the button, nigga.
That's how you get knocked out.
Hiroshima is about
That's
to
how you
happen
get knocked out. That's how
again.
you get knocked out.
I'm just saying.
Because
I'm
what
just saying.
happens when you drop Hiroshima, when you throw your best punch, land it, and the nigga go,
Honestly, I
bro.
would hope that J. Cole have at least 8 Hiroshima bombs on him, bro.
You would hope.
I
But you know, here's the thing about people that got Hiroshima bombs. They use them.
Right.
They use them. They
I mean,
actually
J.
use
Cole
them.
legitimately tried. He called Kendrick's album trash. He called. He said he never drops. You know, blah blah. I mean, I think he.
We
did.
heard all this from Drake in between his songs at his concerts already.
Hey, if you ain't rapping it, it don't count. I don't want to hear no on stage speeches, man. Like
exactly.
he rapped.
I don't want to see a
bro.
meme.
Yeah.
I don't want to see an Instagram story.
I'm just saying.
Up there with your motorcycle outfit, like talking about leaves. I don't want to see
When a
that.
nigga
Got
said,
his
when I was
motocross outfit, popping
born,
shit.
God was crying and the skies cracked, I would have expected this nigga to come off the top with lightning bolts, nigga.
It was a fairly.
I'm about to kill this so crazy. Watch, yo. Matter of fact, I don't want to do it.
No, the
I
response
don't
was
want to
mixed.
do it.
The
But I'm
response
gonna do
was
it. But
Am I right?
I
though? The
respect
response
you.
was mixed.
It could have been.
Yeah, it could have.
It wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't.
But it
bad.
wasn't
I actually
great.
like the
Nigga.
track. I like the track. I like
These
how you
niggas-
switched it
Let's
up and
just see
everything,
what
bro.
I'm happy to see this play out. I'm happy to see this. I'm enjoying the space.
Maybe when
we're in.
Kendrick replies, he's gonna get him
Reload the
activated.
clip and hit more rappers. Where?
I'm happy to see this play out. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where I'm happy to see it play
And
out.
I am kind of excited, but my standards are not high.
Right, but you got a different set of standards. You're a connoisseur and you're a battle rapper. Your standards are gonna be different. They're gonna be crazy high. But I'm not telling you wrong for having them. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is the fact that this is the conversation we get to have right now. We talk about lyrics and bars and rap. All day.
All of us. Yeah.
Yo, this is the My Expert Opinion show, and we approve this message. Like, I'm here for this.
We approve this message.
Rather that bunch of people who, shooting each other because they can't fight and popping shit because they can't rap. I'm here. I'd rather this.
I definitely rather this than some rap that doesn't rhyme about I'm gonna kill your homies. Like, let's get that shit the fuck out of here. Like, let's get it out of here.
Smoking on the pack.
If y'all have decided,
Right.
all right, this is gonna be a 10-round fight, so just stay tuned. I'm here for it. I'm just saying, try to knock a nigga out first round. That's it. Try to knock a nigga out first. Can one of y'all go for the knockout first round, please? That's all I'm
I
saying.
hope the rest
Kendrick
of you-
did that.
Yeah,
Well, Kendrick's. I hope the rest of y'all are watching, and I hope the rest of y'all rappers realize that this is the way rap beef is supposed to play out.
Right.
This is how it's supposed to look, and realize that most of your favorites don't get into these kind of back and forths because they'll get trash.
They'll get
Pins
smoked.
are trash.
Smoked.
They won't even try.
Smoked.
I ain't doing that. There ain't no money in it.
Smoke.
That's code for
Smoke.
rap better than him.
Shout out to Big Sean. The butterfly that Kendrick has been pimping for years.
Oh.
Shout out to Big Sean. Yo, Sean, come talk to me, man. It's not looking good, bro. All this Buddhist shit that y'all niggas is doing, like, cut that shit the fuck out. Cut that shit the fuck out.
Wow.
It's full contact. You know what I'm saying? If the fucking belt is up for grabs, go for it, my nigga.
If you think you can rap,
All you
should be
niggas got
rapping.
too much security. All you niggas got too. We don't believe you gonna fight. We don't believe you're ever gonna be any place where you're actually gonna get to hit each other. So just fucking rap.
If you can.
And then, you know what? I'm not saying shut up and rap. I'm saying talk your shit, but rap.
Back it up with a track. We want to hear not speeches,
It
tracks.
It is.
Unless you can.
Unless you can't.
And then shut
And
the
if
fuck
you can't, shut the fuck
up.
up.
Stay out the way.
That's it.
The grown folks
Stay
is
out the
talking.
way, and it is what it is.
I got to get up out of here.
We all do. It's
12,
We're gonna clip that out where Vlad wanted to leave the show because it's a good show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, Matt, this has been a great occasion. Ken STARRRZ.
Thanks for having me again, bro.
Yo, you got the Thank You, Have a Good Night show.
I don't know why you say thank you, but thank you is called the Have a Good Night show.
It don't
That's
say
it.
thank you, have a good night.
He's
Have
not
a good
thanking you
night,
for
shit.
having
I'm
a
not
good
thanking you for
Did
having
you-
me, man.
Go have a good night.
Just have a good night.
It's just have a good night show. The Have a Good Night show.
Have a
Do
good
this
night
shit for
show.
you. Have a
Right.
good night.
Will
Have a
you
good night.
will you kind of like talk to people and you bang?
Yeah,
it on?
I told, not even. I don't even do that. I just talk to your favorite IG influencers. I got some bartenders pulling up.
Right.
Just talking my shit so people get to know me and shit like that. I be getting banned from IG Live, so I really can't talk to everybody like that. So.
Damn.
Yeah. You gotta figure that out.
You using mine.
Yeah, you can
Vlad.
use mine.
Are we expecting a G-Dep interview in the future?
We need it.
Welcome home.
We've had it.
Welcome home, G-Dep.
I've
Yeah.
talked to his people. I don't know if it's going to happen. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. Right now, it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Okay.
It may, though.
It may, though.
It may. I think a lot of times people, like me and BG had a conversation about this. I think people get out of prison and expect some huge bag for their first interview, and sometimes it's just not financially. It doesn't. Their financial expectations doesn't go with the reality of
Right.
YouTube and platforms like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that just happens more often than not, unfortunately. And then, a certain amount of time passes, and then, same kind of things happen with Rollo. Like, me and Rollo had a conversation early on, and then he wanted more money, and then when the offer, he was consulted by the offer. And it's unfortunate because I'm not trying to insult people by the offer, but we have to run a business.
But
You know
I
what
wonder
I'm saying?
where people are getting their information from because it's not realistic. half
Yeah,
the
it's not
time.
realistic. I think people just come up with a number in their head. This is what I need in order to do this interview.
Or
$10 million.
Or there's platforms out there throwing away bags of money,
Sometimes you got
trying
that too.
to compete with
Yeah.
other people
Yeah.
ahead of time, but you don't have the respect. So if you don't got the bag, nobody's gonna watch your show.
Yeah.
So I would work on building the respect as an interviewer, and then get to the level where, okay, financially we can support paying for guests. But all you guys is throwing the bag out there early, you're kind of like, you're not worth it. You're not worth it. That's why you're paying for it.
I mean, ultimately, it has to make financial sense.
Yeah,
It's a business.
right.
It's a business. I can't just throw out $1 million because I want to have the conversation with the person. We have to make that back. And, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes, people will do it for free because they just want a look on that particular platform. Like,
Right.
and I try to tell people, like, I've had conversations. I'm like, look, when I did Breakfast Club or Drink Champs, I didn't get paid for that. I didn't get flown out for that. I came out on my own dime. I did it because I wanted to do it on the platform, and I'm happy I did it on the platform.
Right.
So you have to sometimes decide if you just want to be on a particular platform.
Right.
With the G-Dep, I was the only person that interviewed him in prison. I had that interview. We did a flashback on it. So if you want to go with me because I've been supporting you, cool. But if you're trying to get some huge bag, it's not going to be here. Maybe there's someone out there with a new platform that's funded by someone that might give that to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I mean? And that's cool. Like,
That's it. And then enjoy your 3,000 views and have fun with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Have fun with that. You know what I mean? But the one thing that we can guarantee people is that we can guarantee a real audience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, we've launched a lot of careers off of our first interviews with
And
people.
that's the balance.
That's the balance.
That's the balance.
That's the balance. I would never think to ask Charlamagne for money to be on the Breakfast Club.
Stop trying to get it all up front is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking for the upfront check.
Yeah.
And
Back end
make it
sometimes
worth
is
it.
way better.
Make it worth it. Make it worth it.
Yeah.
Because at the
Sometimes
end of
the
the day,
relationship is more important.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
lot
You've
of
never
times.
charged me to be on my show. I've never charged you to be on your show.
right.
Same thing with
I ain't gonna
academics.
charge you, right?
Yeah, okay, it's gonna be free. Cool. I like it.
And we out.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.